Okay, let's do this. Why is mom so messy? Ooh, that's the question. I want to know as well. Let me share the screen real quick. I don't even know. Why? Why is mom so messy? Anybody have any answers? Cause I ain't gonna lie. I don't have a clue why I do what I do. But I'm about to say it. I'm about to keep it true. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Wow. Listen. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm about to show these niggas dicks. Huh? Give them the sticks upside their head like, what happened to the goddamn beat? Did it change on me? Anyway, how's everybody doing? Um, I have so much to talk about. It keeps piling on top of itself because I haven't been feeling well. My actually my husband is sick. I think he's out the woods now because he's finally got out the bed. He's been in the bed since like Wednesday night. Come home. He came home from work and fell in the bed. Like I never seen him do that. He came upstairs looking like he was damn near dead. And then he just flopped over. I didn't know what he was doing. I was looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, you usually don't come up here until bedtime. He was like, oh no. I said, okay. And he fell over in the bed. Um, didn't eat any. I even went downstairs to make him some soup. I was like, babe, you want some soup? He like, uh-huh. I went downstairs to clean the kitchen and made him soup, came up, put the soup on side of him. He ain't never touched it. He just was knocked out. He woke up the next morning and went to work. And I was like, you okay? So he went to work. And then when he got back home, it was a repeat of the day before. He plopped in the bed. I'm, I'm like, you good? Uh-huh. Okay. I said, you didn't eat yesterday. He closed his eyes, went to sleep. Okay. He's shivering and shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was freezing in here because I turned off the heat. But I get in the bed and then he's all hot under the cover. Anyway, listen. Um, so Leaky had a little cold, right? It's not abnormal in this house, but the temperature goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Each room has a different temperature. So Leaky's room, it may be hot, but then my son will open the window so it may get cold. Um, Out the bathroom, the main bathroom, which is their bathroom, is hot. My room is, I don't know. Okay. You can't ask me what the temperature is in this stage of my life. Okay. But my husband says it's cold while I say it's hot. And then when I get cold, if I get cold, everybody must be freezing. Okay. So I go downstairs and turn the heat back on. So that's the all of us catching colds and shit. But hubby got something else. And then he lays in the bed with me. I'm like, hey, shouldn't you be sleeping on the couch? uh, and then I had to think to myself, maybe I need to go sleep on the couch. Maybe he need to be in a comfortable bed, and I'm the one who should go down to the couch. Okay. Um, that's fair. That's fair, right? Um, anyway, there's so much I want to talk about because although I haven't really been in some of the spaces where I normally go, I decided, like I need to venture out. Stop going places just because other people go there that I rock with, right? If I don't fuck with people, I just don't want to fuck with them. And I'm not going to fuck with them just because people I like fuck with them. I think everybody should be able to go around everybody y'all want to go around. And it doesn't mean, I need to stop trying to be the mama bear and go and make sure the men not beating up on the women or the fucking people I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of that. I feel like if I don't rock with them the way I want to, then I'm not gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like they got places that I be like I may like the channel holder themselves, but I don't really be liking the bullshit people they got around. And because I don't get to really speak my voice, because they like to tone me down. And the thing is I allow them. So I feel like they got some people I like, so I'm gonna stay away from them, right? Because I don't think I would like them too much um in reality. Like, cause I've let some of these niggas think that they could tone me down. I've done that. I did that. I literally did that, like trying to be nice, trying to be sensible, trying to fuck these motherfucking niggas. And some of these ratchet bitches too. And the truth is, like, I think some of you noticed where I may go off on a woman, right? Now, what you're not paying attention is I go off on men and women. But the channels in which I do this on, I got one in mind that I'm thinking about. They will allow me to go after the woman, but they won't allow me to go after the man, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to go off on the woman, they are freed up and just let me rock out. I go off on a man, well, bomb, wait a minute, T. And then they want to break it down and conversate it down and so then it does, I realize, okay, even though I know I went after both genders the same, because it's not about a gender thing, right? It's not about a gender thing for me. Like if I disagree with you, I disagree with you. If you disagree with me, I'm okay with that. Depending on how you speak to me and shit like that, or how you try to play with me will depend on how I respond. And that's it. And it's just me responding. I don't think I'm owed anything special. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna give them anything special. They don't have to give me anything special. But I do give people respect. And the next day, everything that happened the day before is washed away. It's like you got a clean canvas with me all over again. Now, I know other people don't rock that way, but that ain't got nothing to do with me, right? Come on, I may speak to you. People be acting like, oh, what you speaking to me for? You know what I mean? And bitch, I'm speaking to you because you here. You know what I mean? Nigga, I'm speaking to you because you here. That's it. I ain't got no problem with you. You got a problem with me, that's on you. That got nothing to do with me. And so I noticed that I hurt motherfucking people feelings. Even the niggas who say they ain't got no feelings, they say they don't rock in this world based on feelings. But we know that not to be true because I done hurt some of these niggas' feelings so badly. These niggas permanently scarred. They even say they won't come on pornos and I'm up there, baby. And what the fuck I care? If you ain't up there, then nigga, I don't see you. I don't miss you because I don't know you. And I'm definitely not gonna stop getting on the panel simply because you up there. You can never rock my world in that way. You can't change nothing about me simply because you exist, nigga. But if I could change how you move simply because I'm in a space, then something ain't right about that. And your mama and your daddy failed you. Education has failed you. The world, you have failed you if you over 25 acting like this. You have failed your motherfucking self. Okay? Now we're gonna get into why bomb is messy, because bomb about to be messy. Some of y'all, listen, they lucky I don't make motherfucking what they call them, the little avatar thing to put up because there'll be some motherfuckers on that bitch who y'all, they gonna run over and want to know why I'm talking about them. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm talking about you when I get to you. Okay, when I get to you, you're gonna know. And some of y'all gonna go run to them people and tell them I'm talking about them, and I'm okay with it. That's gonna be the cowardly part. But you see, I got an order, right? We're gonna talk about PickMe first. We're gonna talk about the red pills who like D. Just like PickMe. Ask me a motherfucking question. We're gonna review it, and then we're gonna see, right? I don't understand why PickMe asked me a question and then didn't like the answer. And then tried to go rogue, right? The bitch tried to go rogue. Her name is Rose. Rose tried to go rogue, and it was ridiculous. Because I'm gonna show Rogue that all she did was send a whole nother 1,000 motherfuckers to my Instagram page. But the thing is, like Rogue kind of knew what she was doing a little bit because Rogue, the rogue ass Rose, and I am talking, oh, I just said Rogue, going Rogue, but I forgot we got somebody who changed their name to Rogue C over here. I'm not referring to Rogue C, y'all. I'm not. Has nothing to do with Rogue C. I just thought about that when the term came. Rose is her name, and I'm saying Rose, right? Rose with Rogue, okay? That's no reference or reference to Rogue C, okay? There's no not that just came to my thought when I say Rogue the second time, and I was like, oh, people might think I'm talking about Rogue C. I am not, okay? I'm not. Um, Let me find this. Let me find the stream that I'm referencing. We're gonna get straight into it, baby. Okay. If you're not here, you'll catch it on the replay. His name is, and I like the channel. You know what I mean? I like the channel. His name is Trey the Truth Teller. That's where I've been. For anybody want to know where I be some night when I would have been here, I've been over there with Trey the Truth Teller. Okay. Trey the Truth Teller. Okay. Um, I don't know much about him, but I've been there a couple of times, and I like it. I like how he handles the channel as of now. I have no complaints on him. He allows people to speak, and but I don't know much. I've only been there twice. Okay, I've been there twice. So don't judge me if my judgment isn't how you judge it because I'm new there. And I'm not going to take other people's judgments and throw it on people. My judgments. You don't have to agree with my judgments, y'all. And I don't have to agree with yours. And I think that's what people don't like. People don't like that they have a judgment about somebody that I may not have, right? You may have more information about the person. Like apparently your judgments can't be too bad because you watch them people. That's the thing that tripped me out. See, when I don't fuck with people, and I if I really don't fuck with them for real, then you ain't gonna see me there. And that means I don't have no more information to give you about them because like I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care about them, and therefore I don't watch them. I don't listen. I don't hear what the fuck they saying. Once if somebody really got on my nerve that way. Now that's I know that we all could be disagreeing with people. That don't mean we don't fuck with them, right? It just mean we disagree with them. It don't mean that we don't find them entertaining or funny or giving us a space where we could go and rock out, right? That don't mean that we don't fuck with them. It just means that we just disagree with what the fuck they doing. But they got a right to do it, and we got a right to be entertained about with it if they allow us to be entertained with it. You see, but they got some people who would like, oh, I don't fuck with that person. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. You told me you don't fuck with him, so since I fuck with you, I'm not gonna mention that person to you, right? I'm not. I ain't got nothing to say to that uh about that person to you. But at the same time, I'm gonna leave my judgment for myself. I didn't grow into this. Like I've always been this type of person. I've always been the person who it's okay if my friend here don't like my friend over there, right? It makes it a little difficult for me, for me when I may want to hang out with all my friends, but but if these people are my friends and I'm throwing something for my friends, then my friends need to know. Well, this she may not be your friend, but she my friend. And you may not be her friend, but you my friend. So I ain't choosing both of y'all invited. And if one of y'all decide not to come, that's not on me. That's on you. And if you can't stay far away enough from this person, like what did this person do you to where, you know what I mean? Like you just talking about you don't like her. Bitch, okay. I ain't even getting into why you don't like her. I'm not gonna ask you why you don't like her. Because I don't care, right? Now unless this bitch thing killed your family or really did some hurtful real shit to you, then now I would understand that, right? Now I would understand that. But if you just telling me something about her I don't like, well, okay, bitch. Something about her you don't like, it could be the same exact thing that I do like her for. I might like her because she a little mischievous. You know what I'm saying? I might like her because she's boisterous with her words. Like she don't hold back. She just whatever comes out, she blurts that shit out. When it go through her brain, she blurts it out. I may like that about it, and you may not. See, I think a lot of this shit that we should have grew up learning, people miss this in their childhood. Back in the day, your parent used to say shit to you about sticks and stones may break your bones, but words don't never hurt you, right? Apparently, people didn't learn that. Now words hurt, and now not only words, but you ain't even got to hear the words. People be like, I don't like the way she look. Look the way she look. She look like she's saying some shit that she ain't saying. They they call it say she look like she being fake because she look like she might want to say some shit, but she ain't saying it. Motherfuckers hate people for that. You mean big? You mean she decided to hold it in, not to voice it, and you don't like her? Yeah, she being phony. You being phony. You know what I mean? I remember somebody saying I was fake. I was like, what am I being fake? But Bomb, we could tell you ain't like what she said, but you ain't say nothing. That wasn't me being fake. I ain't have to say what the fuck went through my mind at that time. I'm an adult, but not even that I'm an adult. Like I have my own motherfucking mind, bitch. I didn't say it because I thought about it. I thought about, what happens if I do say it? Would it even get me anywhere? Would it what am I gonna gain from it? And what I may gain from it, do I even want to deal with it in this moment? But people will call you fake. And I don't give a fuck. Now we're gonna get to the pick me. As soon as I find this channel that I seem to can't find. Um, let's see, y'all. Is this his channel? I don't even know. Let me go in my history. Shit. Um, oh Lordy. Okay, let's go in the history, baby. We don't want to see the history of shorts, okay? Um, boom, boom. Wait, what day this is? It's hot. That's yesterday. I wasn't over there yesterday. Um, you could tell YouTube be running when I'm asleep, baby. YouTube be running when I'm asleep. All this shit they be running. Um, and because I don't remember none of this shit here. I don't remember watching none of this shit. Um, mm, yeah, I do remember that though. I remember that. Okay, what day this is? It's Friday. So I think it was Friday. And that's a damn shame, y'all. Um, it should have been around here with this black man unfiltered, which Lord have mercy, baby. Lord have mercy. Some of the motherfuckers who have channels and the shit that come out their mouth is fucking crazy. I need to start saving this. Even this nigga is back. I'm going to stump his ass out real quick because we not gonna let that happen. And see, when what here on YouTube, right? What'll happen is people will get stumped out as they should, right? In many cases. But then they'll come back and they come back with a topic that where people will start following again. Now, depending on what they've done, some people get together and make sure that don't happen, right? Uh, and people they don't really they like that. People like that. They like, oh, people stopping. Like example would be Tommy Sotomayor. The reason Tommy Sotomayor not back on this bitch the way he used to be is because every time he tried to come back, there's a whole group of people who stump and say no. They report it, they get on it, they make shows about, and yes, and they do so he won't come back with the same shit that he got banned for, right? Now this is the thing. Some of y'all, some people don't like that unless it's somebody you don't like. So if you don't like Tommy, you good when people do that. But if you like a certain somebody, you don't like when people do that. And that in lies the hypocrisy, right? So every once in a while, I remind people of shit and people don't like that. You know what I mean? They be like, oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I ain't forgot shit. Okay. I don't have a mind still trap door type of mind. But baby, I definitely remember shit that didn't happen, especially if I thought it was something of importance. You know what I mean? If I thought it was something that was for real of importance, like people be claiming shit. They be claiming shit is important to them, but in 3, 4 weeks they forgot all about that shit. No, that wasn't important to you, baby. I don't think you know what important means. Like, for instance, the two dumbass niggas fighting each other right now. You know, Anton and the other guy, I don't know his name, Corey something, Wholesome, Holcomb, some shit like that, right? Now you notice I know Anton, but the Corey person I really don't know. And the Corey person is bigger than the Anton because the Corey person is a comedian, but he's not my type of comedian. You know what I mean? I don't know what he do, what he don't do, and I don't really care to be honest. I didn't care to go and decide whether he's the type of comedian I would might try to like. Nah, like if he was the type of comedian that I like, I'm quite sure I would know it by now. You know what I mean? It's not like this nigga ain't nobody. Like some people tried to make it seem like Corey, dude, is like a nobody. No, this nigga is going around in our communities making his fucking money. He's not on no Hollywood type of shit. He's making his money through the black community. Okay. And just because he's not on the Hollywood terms doesn't mean he's not big. In fact, I would say it's opposite, right? We got a lot of comedians who never made it to Hollywood, but we know their names and we know they're big. Only when we want to put them down do we tell them they ain't shit, right? Anyway, but that shit right there, when old dude attacked Anton's child, right? His daughter. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I heard it, I was cringed by it. I was like, damn. But at the same time, like it ain't like something I ain't never heard, and like nothing something that I ain't even never done before, right? It's not like that. A lot of people do try to play the game and play, but then we even had some black women who tried to go, oh, he attacked the black girl, and the black girl isn't protected. The person who's supposed to protect the black girl is actually her black daddy, and her black mama. And you know, the fakeness that come out of some of these pro ass black ass fucking women. it be the worst, y'all. They be the worst. And I'm not falling for your shit, right? If you protect your daughter, I'm gonna help you protect your daughter. You understand? I got you. I'm gonna help you protect your daughter and the sons and the black community that's around us. You got it, I got it. We could do it together. That's not usually what happens with some of these women, though. Some of these women they are definitely for only wanting to get somebody attacked if they attack the black daughter and they don't give a shit about the black son. Usually because they don't have a son, right? Not that they don't have nephews and cousins and shit like that. They just don't give a fuck about them. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, you go off to yourself and have that battle that ain't got nothing to do with you. Go over there because you're not getting me involved. Look, you can't pull me into your half a hypocrisy ass fucking battle. And just know that just because we all might be black, don't mean we all in this shit together. And just because I'm a woman, don't mean I'm in that shit with you because you a woman. Like, even within our group of women, we will be fighting because your dumb ass, you only want to focus on this. You only want to focus on this one little thing right here. And I'm not for the men who are against women. Fuck them too. But I'm fucking you too. Fuck you too. You know? I don't know. I think people have this world confused. Because I just need you to know, just because we the same gender don't mean we're on the same team. Just because we the same color don't mean we're on the same team. And I never thought that way. I never look at somebody black and just say, "Ooh, they're on my same team." In fact, I'm so slick with it. I got into an Uber, right? Well, it was a lift. It was a lift. Um, hold up, I have to blow my nose. Where are my napkins? Nikki had them. Um, Nikki had my napkins. Okay, let me run to the just to she's at the bathroom. Hold up. I don't see my napkin. Oh, here we go. I knew they should have been in here somewhere. He don't usually take them out too far. He don't take them too far. Here they go. Cause they talk to my nose, baby. They talk. Let me mute myself. Hold up. I'm gonna find this channel in a second. Hold up. Mute myself. Y'all know I'm on a tirade, but I'm talking because I got a lot on my mind. But I just want to say this, right? Um, I got in the lift. Black woman picked, no, it was, you could tell she was kind of Spanish, picked me up, brought me, nice conversation. Car was clean, everything was good. Talking about the weather, the snow that was supposed to be coming. We end up on the same page, you know what I'm saying? Like, She started saying some things. I let her lead the way on where she is with everything, with the economy, whatever conversation comes up. Um, I don't just start spewing out my beliefs. I what I mean? But she started talking and we aligned on a lot of the beliefs together, right? We're not for this administration that came out a little bit. It wasn't a long drive, so but in that short period of time, I could tell me and this non-black woman was aligned. Okay. On the way back, I get a black man and, and you know, nice, nice, friendly, car clean. I'm giving that, because even nice and friendly. I could tell, some things about him on some of the things he said. So he asked me why my name is Bomb. And I said, I like everything I do use on the internet, y'all, I use Bomb. Even if y'all send me Cash App, you'll see it's not my real name. But I can do that, right? Legally, I can sign a check using Bomb Cherry. And that's why I'm able to have my accounts that way, right? Um, so my account, all my legal accounts, bank account, it shit has Bomb Cherry on it. No lie, no lie, right? Sometimes I don't uh like it either Bomb Cherry or Bomb Cherry Juice, right? I use Bomb Cherry as the first name, Juice is the last name. That's on some real shit. I can legally do that, and I have been. Um, Now sometimes I forget, right? Sometimes I forget because it all through the lift is set up through my phone and it's all set up legally that way and all that shit. When I jump in the car, I didn't realize that my name is showing Bomb, right? Bomb Cherry. So I get in and he kind of he smiles at me, he's looking at me, looking at me up, down, which is not unusual, right? That's not unusual to me. And then he goes to ask me, like, why Bob? And I look at him because I'm like shocked that he knows this name. At first, I'm thinking maybe he already know who I am because the way he looked at me when I was getting in, I kind of could tell when some men know me, right? When they've come across me, right? He's not he looked like he's in his 40s, right? Um so I don't be knowing, I haven't been actively being bomb cherry for real in definitely about 15 years at this point. It's been about 15 years. But I've been in this space about 12 years. I kind of started walking away when my son was in high school. I told y'all, right? Told y'all exactly why. So it's been about 15 years now. And so I understand where the younger men won't know me like that. But if you about in your 40s, yeah, chances are you know. Especially if you live in this area, you know what I mean, are very popular. But so when he looked at me at first, I was like, you know, he looking at me like men look at me when they think that I'm cute or whatever. Um, and then when I sat down, he asked me how I'm doing. I said, I'm doing good. How you doing? I said, I was trying to stay out this weather. And he's like, yeah. And he said, why bomb? And I snapped like, huh? Right? I didn't know what to answer. I was like, oh, it's just a name on the internet. And he says, yeah, I get that. He said, but why bomb? It usually means something is the bomb. And I see where he going with it, but I'm not going there with it. Okay, I'm married, baby. I ain't going there with it. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, I would have took it all the way there because it was about business for me, right? And everything about my name, everything about me was about business. I would have told him exactly where he could find me so he can spend his money, so he can, you know, pay per view and all that shit. But I ain't into that no more. So I kind of brushed away from that conversation. Now, even though that came up in the beginning, the way I swept away from that or got away from that is I started talking about the weather. And I said something that the younger woman in the bringing me when she had said, you know, about do we think we're gonna get that much snow? And in this area, we get snow anyway. You understand? Like in Delaware, PA, Georgia, New York, and it's going all the way up. We get snow. So we wondering, like she had mentioned, are they trying to, get people out there in them stores spending money? Is it gonna be as bad as they claiming, where people gonna be snowed in for days? And when she asked that question, that's a valid question. That's a valid question for certain areas. Now down south, that it may be different down south, but up here we got they gonna salt these streets. They gonna pay. They gonna do everything they need to do. So people, the main road's gonna be free, so people could travel. Um, so that it was a valid question when she asked it, and we started talking about it. And I told her that was valid what she was saying. Like, why are people out there buying toilet paper like they buying it for a year? even if you even if you snowed in for two days, what you need to buy all that toilet paper and all that shit for, And so it was a valid question. So I kind of threw that at him. I was like, yeah, what do you think about this weather and all the stuff's, being sold out in these stores? And his answer, was a little different than hers, which was okay, right? Yeah, we need this. I was like, but yeah, we used to the snow up here, right? I said, our street's not gonna be like that. I said, even the neighborhoods, that might be where people gotta snow get themselves out. But if you got an HOA like I do, and if you don't have an HOA, right, then your neighborhood should already have something in place for when some shit like this happen. You see what I'm saying? And that's from a grown adult place response. Listen, the older you get, or not even, let's take age out of it. Let's say if you live in a certain area that certain things happen, right? Every time. Like let's say you live in an area where it floods every time you get heavy rain, right? You live in this neighborhood and that happens. You know which roads get flooded and which ones doesn't. That means you already, just due to you living there and paying attention, you realize the routes to come in and out. That's gonna be easier, safer, quicker. That's for those of us with working brains, right? We realize, hey, we don't go down Turnip Street because Turnip Street floods. So take the next street, you know, Green Street, Turnip Greens. Y'all get it? Go down Green Street, and Green Street is no flooding for whatever reason. Maybe the drainage is better. Maybe it's higher. Who knows? But you know that, and so you know what routes to take. Uh, those who don't have working brains, you don't you don't know and you don't give a shit. All you know is that it's a problem. You ain't tried to solve the problem. You ain't even got to actually solve the actual drainage issue, but you can solve your problem. What is your problem with the drainage issue? Your problem is that you can't move in and out the way you want to, but you can, because all you got to do is take another route, another street. That's it. But people don't teach this no more, right? I'm here, and Leaky Leak haven't been to school all week, and he's home with me, but he's had to do school virtually, and I had never done that before. My kids ain't never had no virtual school. Here I am having to make sure Leaky Leak do his work, and y'all, I'm teaching him math, and I'm realizing they wording it different because I was about to sign on to Sharon's panel and ask people how to solve this math question. It was simple, but the way they worded it, and then I understand. They're trying to get the kids to come with different routes of coming up with the same answer, right? The question was simple. It was something like, actually, I have it in my phone because I texted to his mom and his dad. Okay, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Let me see. I don't think I deleted it yet. Now, this is important because it all going to pertain to my messaging. But y'all know I kind of rev off a little bit. But I promise it's gonna come back. Let me see where my message is at. Where I sent my son. Okay, I do have it. Now let me share it with y'all. Now, and even I was like, damn, like why are they doing that? But then even in this topic that I'm having right now, where people uh, don't use their brains fully. And that's what they're trying to get the kids to learn to use their brains fully. Because although these men say they the solution solvers, they are full of shit. They're full of shit. Okay. A whole lot of wordage for nothing. Um, just saying shit. Let me share this. Uh, here we go. Now, show how you know. And see how it says 8 plus 6? Leaky Leak knew what 8 plus 6 was just off the rip. He was like 14. And so he put the 14 there, right? But then I realized this shit right here. It says make 10 to add. I was like, make 10 to add. I was like, but he already got the answer. Why we gotta make 10 to add? And what do they mean make 10 to add? I was like, make 10 to add? What the so I texted to his dad and his mom. I was like, hey, me and Lee doing his work. I said, but the 14 is the answer. I said, but I noticed that it says something else on there. It says make 10 to add. I said, you know what that means? Now, my son, this is my youngest son. Leaky's dad is my youngest son. He's the one in this house who had the closest schooling. You know what I mean? Like he's been out of school now for what, maybe 10 years, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm thinking he should know the new mat. His mom should know the new mat. My other son wasn't here, right? Um, and man, they didn't answer me. I was like, okay. So I jumped in it back over there by Sharon, and then I said they was talking about something else. PhD was up there. I knew that she probably could give me an answer. I figured that there'll be some people in the chat who give me some answer. But then they had a great conversation going on, so I didn't want to ruin it. So I said, you know what? Let me ask AI. And I asked AI. And AI sure helped me, baby. They sure helped me. Now, I ain't going into the math question and all that shit, but basically what they wanted us to do was to make 10 out of that six, that eight and that six. And so once AI showed me kind of told me what they were saying by you need to make 10, I told my grandson, that he need to make that eight into a 10. And then I showed him how to subtract it from the six. And then I told him how much do you need to subtract from how much do you need to add to the eight to make 10? And he told me what the answer was, right? Two. So I said, okay, add two to the eight, make that 10. But whatever you do to the whatever you add it to the eight, you got to subtract from the six. So he had to take the two, he had to take the six, subtract two from it, which gave him four, right? So now he has a 10 and a four, and that made 14 as well. Hey, babe, you still sick? Yeah. So, see, but for those who need And it makes sense that you use tens to come up with your answers because you can use them faster, right? Yeah. It's easier to look at a 10 plus a 4 equals 14 than to look at an 8 plus 6 equals 14. And so that's what they're teaching them, though. They're teaching them how to get the same answer solved differently. And I say that to say, in the fact that you can live in a neighborhood and you notice the routes that flood, and then, but you know that there's other streets that'll take you to the same route that you need to get to, the place you need to get to, that doesn't flood. And therefore, you would just adjust your timing because maybe it might take you a little longer. Maybe you live on Turnip Street and you used to just going straight up Turnip Street to get out the neighborhood. But now you got to go up, down Turnip, turn on Green Street, and you'll get the same route. It may take you a little longer, or it may even look like it takes a little longer. It might be a little bit out your way, but you still get to where you got to go. And the reason they teaching our kids that because adults have lost that. A lot of these uneducated, because they didn't go get the education to know that, hey, that's you could get the same, you know, you could get the same outcome going a different route. These men don't know that though. Let me go to this channel that I was looking for. Oh, let me see. Yep, I found it. Okay. I gotta go to his actual channel because this is the video from when I was there. Not the last time, but the time before that. Okay, it's live. Let me share the screen so y'all can see what I'm doing. Shout out to Trey. Um, if I'm sharing anybody's stuff, um, I don't mind sharing who they are or anything like that. What the hell is this? Okay. Let's see. So it looked like the last time I was there was 3 days ago at this point. Yeah, 6 days ago when I was there, we did the PickMe. That's my first time there. This is my second time there. Okay, you good, babe? You about to come up? Okay. So let me see when I go up there. Now Rose is her name. Look, she changed her name to Pick Me. So I must have was already there and left by now. Because here I go down here sewing. Okay. So I called up Pick Me, right? I did call up Pick Me. I called up Pick Me mainly because like they over there, they judging other women. Sierra uh, is one of them. And they're talking about the way she dressed. And then they're referencing her husband. This is a married woman who's in the entertainment business. Okay. She's in the entertainment business. And, you know, these men, there's a man up here who I'm going to show you who informed me that he would talk to my husband. I think I told y'all the last time I was over here I got in him because I did that a little piece of shit ass motherfucking nigga think he can talk to my husband. Like, nigga, you could talk to me all day, and I'm gonna talk to you the way I want to. The idea that he even think he's man enough to talk to my husband about me, his fucking wife. These little punks don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And they talk and run their motherfucking mouth. And bitch ass pick me's will be up there agreeing with them. Now I already proved the last time, on the last time I was over there, proved to her why she's a motherfucker pick me. Okay. This time, when I called her straight up pick me, right? I'm like, it's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. When I say you could take it the way you want to take it, right? You want to be picked, and you're a woman. If you want to be picked by men, then nothing's wrong with that. I said, but she, I called her pick me, but before we get there, because I do want to focus on the Rose thing, okay? Because Rose did something that I ain't gonna lie, baby, okay? I ain't gonna lie. It's only because she's young. You understand what I'm saying? And I bet not find out the bitch in her 30s. She better be in her motherfucking 20s. Because if I find out she in her 30s, we gonna have a fucking problem. Houston, we gonna have a big fucking problem. Okay? We gonna have a big motherfucking problem. Um, Before that, I got up there and this big Aaron. I don't know. See, I think some of these niggas is slow. And we already know Big Aaron is slow. He's already admitted that he has autism. And see, a nigga who admits he has autism and you know, I don't have no problem with people with autism. I had lots of people in my family, lots of people that's different uh um how you say it, on the spectrum at different levels of autism. Okay. Some of these niggas need to hold on to something and grasp something so they can understand who they are. Nothing's wrong with it. But you don't announce it to everybody because some of us do understand that you just a nigga desperate for something. You desperate for something to hold on to while you shit on other people who hold on to different groups, right? Nothing wrong with that. As humans, we like to be grouped up. We kind of do like to be a part of something, as I could put it that way, or I could say grouped up, right? A part of something, part of a movement, part of a group, a part of a culture. That's just in us. But the thing that gets me is when the niggas who shit down others for wanting to be a part of this or that, right? They like to put down the hip hop culture, the black culture. Like they'll say this shit, yo. I got this stuff in it's falling in my throat. Trying to get it out. They down those people, but then they will gladly claim that they're autistic. Can't never fuck with me. You need to go have your ass to sit down because you couldn't even fit in with no other groups. Nothing. You know what I mean? You should have went and joined the library and became part of a reading group. Read out loud something than to come and pronounce to me that you artistic. You all you did was give me a point of reference of how to handle you, but I should never have to handle you unless you tried to handle me. This nigga came and this nigga said something, and that's how we know the nigga really autistic. This nigga said something that was very obvious to me, and then tried to, when I asked him a question, let's go to it. Let me find when I get up there, baby. Because I knew who he was. I went up there, I spoke very nice. And that's what the fucking problem is with me today. That I offered
I have been
gracious.
showing the work of
I
humanity
was
because I
very
believe in what
gracious, very nice, right? Nice to motherfuckers who really didn't earn it, but I'm okay with that. I say I'm nice to people just based on you being a person, right? Now a lot of people say you need to earn that, and I say, nah, I just offer it. But I do
That's what a kid
understand.
does.
I do understand when people say, nah, I'm not wasting my kindness on people who didn't earn it. Because you will end up feeling like I do. Feeling that I come up there being gracious and shit just for a motherfucker to think he could play with me. And that's when and I do get heated behind that. And for those of you who don't do that, you ain't never got to worry about that because you ain't being nice to no motherfucker who didn't first prove that he earned it. And I get it. I get it. I've always gotten it. But I just want you to know how I want these fuck niggas to understand. You got you got groups of different two groups of people that I'm speaking on right now. I'm quite sure there's many more, right? But I'm only speaking on the ones who say you gotta earn it versus the ones who say you gotta disearn it. Like you gotta earn the rudeness that I give you, right? Now this is the catch 22. The ones where you gotta earn it, they ain't giving you shit until you earn it, right? You gonna earn whatever they give you, which might be a little nice, might be a little sensible, right? Because you ain't nice to them, and they're not gonna be nice to you. And if you're rude to them, then they gonna give you that work, right? So they wasting less energy than a motherfucker like my dumb ass, right? Who feel like, okay, I'm gonna go on there and be nice to everybody. I don't know none of you. I'm being nice to all you motherfuckers. The thing is though, when you get on my bad side, bitch, all that niceness I gave you, all that energy I put out for no reason, it's gonna come 2 times, 3 times fold when the disrespect that I'm gonna give you. Because now I feel slighted. Now this Aaron motherfucker right here, baby. When I catch him over there by Sharon, baby, listen. Uh, I don't play with slow ass motherfucking niggas. Let me see when I get up there. Cause this nigga, when I first get up there, it's probably right here. Let's see. Country, men had the rights to the custody. I can tell you, you had the baby. But this is why men.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I literally,
Hello,
I
everybody.
literally say that.
Now, Aaron was up there lying, right? Being as retarded as his motherfucking ass is, admittedly. Nigga, you can use the word autistic if you want, you retarded ass motherfucking nigga. Don't worry, y'all. I'm taking a little bit out on him right now. But when I catch his ass, okay? When I catch his ass, he gonna run the fuck off that panel as he better do. But I'm on somebody's new panel. I got up there and I just said, well, you're incorrect. Now they don't like, I guess when I say you're incorrect, and then I prove them to be incorrect, I guess they think that's a slight. Nigga, that's not a slight, that's reality. Now, if I came up there and called you a liar and then couldn't prove you to be lying, that would be something different. But if I say that you're not telling the truth, and then I give you proof that you're incorrect on what you're saying, even gave them and I'm tired of saying this shit. It's the same shit over and over again. These niggas been saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it, and now it's just believed. So now we got young men who not even trying to fight for their children, if they're even a fight to be had. But young women are saying, shit, I need help with these children. Listen, I'm not running across a whole lot of women who are saying, this is my baby, go about your business. Right? What we do tend to run across though is a woman when she went through the hardest part that she think is the hardest part when them kids were babies. And the men tried to make it seem like he had to be involved because it's just a baby and women deal with the babies. Not a child is 12, 13, and this nigga want to come around and act like he's somebody. She done went through all the struggles of trying to figure this and figure that and figure this, and now she doing it, and now a nigga want to come around talking about I want to fight for my son. Oh, you want your son so he can come over there and help you babysit your youngest children. Oh, he's old enough to be a babysitter now. He's old enough to babysit himself, and now your ass want to come step in this. So you got a lot of women who have a problem with that shit, especially if he ain't pay, he ain't come around, he ain't show up, he wasn't. And all this nigga want to come and act like he fighting for his son. A lot of these fuck niggas do that shit. But I digress. I ain't had no problem like that. Okay. So I'm gonna just speak on what I had to deal with. I had to deal with none of that. And so I guess we'll have to go to ladies, choose who you sleep with and have babies for wisely. Wisely. Don't look at no nigga and be like, ooh, he look like he good in bed. Most of them whack in fucking bed anyway. Okay? They whack anyway. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you that it was so good. They already know they whack. They already know they don't know what the fuck they doing. Okay? So you're gonna have to make some other choices better. You got to, and that's what we need to be teaching our girls. And these men not gonna like that. They don't like the realities in which we should be teaching women. That she need to choose better. Cause if we tell women that shit, a lot of these niggas not getting chosen. They're not gonna get chosen. Okay, there we go.
That in that past,
Hey, Bob,
yeah.
sir, how you
Hello.
doing?
Hi.
I literally
Came
put
up
that in
here
that past
because we
Mr.
have a
Era,
lot of
right?
lies
Because
being shared in our community, and it's ridiculous, and it's mostly by these men. Look, I said there's a lot of lies being shared in our community. I didn't say on the panel. And then I said, and mostly by the men, because it is. Here we go. Right.
Say goodbye to your reading glasses, computer glasses, and
These
even your
motherfuckers would pop a
sunglasses.
commercial
Introducing the
anywhere.
last pair of glasses you'll ever need.
This is why men don't even go to fight for their children, because they listen to the ignorance that is shared on all these panels about the system. But you know, when you have a child, ladies, you don't have custody of that child. Like, we think that, right? You think because you had the baby and you think automatically it's your baby, and it is your baby. But per the law, if you call the police and say, hey, I'm taking my kid and leaving, you can't just take that kid and leave. If there's a father there saying you can't take that kid to leave, they then tell you you got to go to court, because neither one of y'all have custody. And so custody is a legal thing, right? So you literally have to go to court to get custody. And that's everybody. So one don't have it over the other and the other. But in this country, men had the rights to the children. It used to be like a woman, she had absolutely no rights to her child. But these men have switched that up and made it into something that is not. And if y'all don't believe me, go look at the Aretha Franklin story. She is a prime example where the dad said, when the mom wanted to leave, even though the dad was cheating, the mom wanted to leave with them kids. He said, you better leave them kids here. And she had to leave without them children. Right?
Ma'am, you're lying. You're lying.
No, I'm
lying. No, it's actually true. At least here in Pennsylvania, you do not have custody. It's literally split 50-50 custody until you file custody paperwork. And I found that out the hard way.
Hold on, say that one more time.
No one has custody unless you go file for custody.
Oh yeah, nobody has custody, but it's not 50-50 though.
No, nobody has custody.
No one has, like, mother or father can literally go and pick up the kid from daycare and keep the kid for however long.
Yeah, but it's not 50-50 though.
Yeah. This nigga, look, first he told me I was lying. Then she said, no, it's true. Now the nigga talking about it's not 50-50 though. So it's 0-0, nigga. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talk about. Okay? But that's that nigga right there. And I can almost assure you that I'm gonna put his picture up on my Instagram and Facebook, and we're gonna find out who he is. Okay? He better stop fucking playing with me. Okay? I don't know why that nigga mentioned my motherfucking husband who wasn't on there. Okay? He better go play with the Lord, but the nigga better not play with me. Yeah, because there's
not
no
like that.
number. Because nobody
One becomes a full custodial parent, and the other
and
is a non-custodial parent.
that's only when they go to
Yeah,
court for that to happen. You go to
but
court, and that's
yeah.
how that happens.
If you go
So
to court, the presumption is going to be whatever you like. If she already was having the kid 5 days a week, she's the custodial parent. Just it's like trademark law of if you're using a trademark, you got certain.
this nigga brought up a trademark, but he's right though. So when he mentioned that the woman got custodial, she's custodial parent. You know how that happens? When you men walk away. Like when you was living there, y'all all was living there together. Yeah. And then you decided to leave or she kicked you out, even if she kicked you out. When she kicked you out, why you ain't take them kids with you? Oh, because it was easier for you to go by yourself. Or she told you you couldn't take them, but you could have taken them. She wouldn't have been able to stop you. And you wouldn't have been able to stop her. So then I guess you wouldn't have went nowhere. Y'all would have figured that shit out under the same roof as you would have had the right to do. But see, I know lots of stories where the men, he was trying to leave to go out. She told him, well, don't come back. And the nigga didn't care. He went because he thought he could come back. When he tried to come back in, she had the doors locked. Now we got it. Now we got a problem. Houston, we got a fucking problem. The nigga said, okay, I'm gone, right? He go by his mama or back where he just came from or wherever. And he ain't been back. He just been living it up, hoping that it'll calm down. But she ain't calming down, right? She ain't calming down because the nigga went sleeping with other women and shit. You ain't just walking back in most women lives that way. But what's more important to you, you left it right where it was, right? Because really it wasn't important to you. What was important to you was that woman putting up with your bullshit, helping you pay them fucking bills, right? That's what was most important to you. And you decided that you would hurt her. But okay, you keep the motherfucking kids. See what you gonna do. And now she done figured it all out. And your ass think that you could just come back riding back in. But what you have essentially done is you have given her the custodial parent shit by default. That's what you've done. And then they'll say, oh, well, you got to get a lawyer. Well, yeah, that's called being an adult when you got a situation. When you got a situation, you may have to get you a lawyer, but you may not necessarily need a lawyer. You might just go and get some legal help. They'll help you maneuver in the system. You just got to do the walking yourself. And yes, it might be a lot of jump rope and going through hoops. It's called life, my dear. Your decision making wasn't so on par neither when I was it. When they want to tell women to make the right decisions, what are you telling the men? You're just telling them, oh, a lawyer costs so much. How about choose right, make right decisions so you don't have to get a lawyer? That might work too. Okay, but anyway, let's continue because I definitely want to get the rules, baby.
Rights, even though you haven't filed a trademark for it, you just have common law rights.
That's how my situation was.
Yeah. So when
my ex-wife took me to court real quick. Ali, when my ex-wife took me to court, since my son was already with me, they just kept him with me because he was already with me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You was custodial, even though it wasn't on paper.
That's right. So check that out. So you men, if that's happening for you men, then you got that right automatically. And it's the same for the woman. If she's the custodial parent, which lots of men, when they leave, they don't go with the children. And I understand because it's hard, right? It's even hard for us women. If we work and now you left, I got to go figure out daycare and everything, how I'm going to do this. You men. Mm-hmm.
I had my son since we were 2. It ain't been hard, not a day since I had him.
Oh, y'all hear that? I say it's hard, right? Finding daycare and shit like that. And now, I'm Jerry, it ain't been hard since I've been a parent. I had him since he was 2, and it ain't been hard. Look, y'all see how he changed. That's what Trey did, but he ain't gonna be the only one. Watch. It was easy.
Very.
I think
He said it was easy. I said it was easy. Yeah, very easy.
I think men often let women have the kids because we're conditioned to think that that's what we're supposed to do. But I don't think that. I think a lot of men don't even think about.
And you know what I went up there and said? I said the information that's been shared in our community is incorrect. You would think these men would listen and then be like, oh, so I can literally have my child without doing this, and this, as long as I do this, and this, as long as so I do have rights. So 99% of the time the women are getting them. You would think the men would say, wow, if anybody would be mad at me, you might think it might be the women, where they may say, well, damn, Bomb, you ain't got to go and tell them the truth so we can lose. It's not about losing and winning. It's about the quality of the child with their family, right? So I'm not coming at it from who's gonna lose and win. I'm just talking about the actual facts. And that man just said, because we conditioned. And so I'm like, oh, so you conditioned by the misinformation, but here I am giving you the right information. You the first one to tell me I was a liar. Ain't that something? And it happens right in real time when I'm up there, but do anybody ever point it out? Nah, they keep rocking as if he not saying what I went up there to say.
But they just think that they're going to do the right thing by letting the mom take the kids. It's like a status quo type of thing.
We also have to factor in that financially it's not feasible to battle for the male to become a full custodial parent or to get equal rights as much as the female. It's a real expensive thing. Now, I mean, you going to court, you know what I mean, trying to fight to see a kid, you might drop out 30 bands off rep.
Look at that. We know he don't know what the fuck he talking about. This nigga said you dropped off 30 bands off rip. The idea that he put a price on his children though, which he probably don't have, it's crazy. But listen, these are the men these men listen to. Just that quick. They could change. They be saying one thing, because I promise you, if you go back to the beginning of the stream or before I got there, what I heard them say was the opposite of what they're saying now. And this dude is literally what the guy who's talking in this moment, saying the 30 bands, that is what we hear most men saying on panels, the lies that they share. How is that I gotta come up though? I think that Miss Karen Morris, she was on some correct stuff, right? She wasn't giving out false information and things like that. I don't know what Rose was talking about at that point. I really didn't even matter. You know what I mean? Here we go.
Yeah, man.
When I went up there though, I was not even concerned with the young person, but Big Aaron was speaking and he was saying some bullshit. And basically I was saying, like, the elders, these older men on these panels, speak like Big Aaron has been speaking. Big Aaron is artistic. Give him his motherfucker title and stop listening to the nigga.
What average man could afford to pay something like that, man? It's not feasible.
Men, I thought y'all could figure it out. Why women?
Me personally, I had to fire one lawyer and hire a whole new one. So trust
me,
I'm going through it right.
I just got information. Beasley died again. What? Because I was going to touch on a couple of deaths, but we might have to do that tomorrow. What? We got 2 people who have died twice in life. And I don't know. You say, is he really dead? Okay, I'm gonna put the link out, y'all. I want to get through this Okay, when did I get that? I must have just got that. I did. I got it. I think I got it through a Cash App, y'all. Uh, damn. Uh, but I ain't gonna lie. Can I be honest? When people lie, right, about something as serious as death, because that's something I don't really play with. You know what I mean? Um, I feel like, especially when they die about it, and then they stay away long enough where people might really start believing it. I realize that they'll play that game, and still today somebody questioned whether Sasa Ray is really dead or not. And so that's the only reason I haven't done the stream yet. I still, until like, I don't need to see a body or nothing like that, but I need to see a reputable um page that says that she died. I don't need to see no shit on no motherfucking internet. Y'all forgot that she had some fake ass shit posted last time. And Beasley, I thought he had some family members who had said he was dead the last time. I'm hoping they ain't dead. Okay. Death is so at a lot of our doors, you know what I mean? Peeking in and shit. I be feeling like death is at my door. Just scared to knock at the door because they know I'm gonna fight that motherfucker. Death better not come to my motherfucking door, baby. We gonna be fighting, we gonna wrestling this shit. I'm gonna be biting this motherfucker all over the place. Um, just so I can at least see my grandson till he turned. I would like to see him graduate high school and have some babies and shit. But if I can't go all the way that far, I get you. But me and Debt gonna fight. Okay, we're gonna fight. Um, so I ain't gonna never say Debt can't come, but Debt came to knocking, baby, and I had to battle that motherfucker. He ain't coming up in this bitch easy like that. He ain't sliding up in this motherfucker easy like that. Okay. Anyway, here we go.
Right now, trust me.
The
But
problem,
like I said,
You going through it? I thought you said it was easy.
no.
The nigga said he going through it, but he said it was easy. So I said, well, I thought you said it was easy. You going through it? Let's see what he say.
No, I'm talking about the court proceedings. I'm not talking about raising my son.
Man,
But
relax.
that's what I was talking about too. I wasn't just talking about raising the child. I'm talking about it. You make it seem like raising children is easy.
It is
right?
to me.
It's easy for you. It's easy for you.
But it's easy for me.
it's easier for men because
Yeah,
men
it's
don't
very easy to raise
men don't
kids.
make
Man.
Y'all hear that nigga down at the bottom? It's easier for men, but he gonna say something different. They just say any fucking thing. Now, I'm not talking about Trey. Trey saying it's easy, and I think we're gonna find out that his child is young still. Okay,
It's not that
everything.
complicated.
Women make everything hard because
but
it's just how
we got a couple of men disagreeing with y'all. Wow, and so
No,
I guess
women
it
make
depends
everything
on-
hard, right? Like so, for
Man,
example,
relax.
right? My car can break down while I'm driving to work.
Listen to this nigga right here, and this is when Rose was gonna come in. But so here we go, y'all.
And my thought will be, all right, I'm gonna catch an Uber to work. I'm gonna call AAA while I'm in the Uber, get my car towed back to the house, whatever. Keep it going, right?
Y'all heard that shit? Now I ain't gonna lie, yo. I almost I listen. I listen to what they say. I hear what they say when they saying it, like in real time. It don't come back later and then pop me in the head. Like right when the nigga said it, I had to mute myself because I was like floored. Because I thought the little nigga was gonna say my car broke down. I was gonna pop the hood, try to figure out what it is, fix it, and keep it going. This nigga said his car stopped working. He gonna call him an Uber and keep it going. So this nigga said, Lord have mercy. Y'all, let's hear it again, baby. Let's hear it again. Now, because I think I did. I think I think I woke up hubby by yelping the way I yelp, like, what the fuck? Like, because the nigga didn't do nothing that a woman can't do. If the nigga said he popped up his hood and fixed this shit, that's something a woman might not be able to do. This nigga said he gonna call him a fucking Uber. Yo, listen. I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. These are the little niggas, and that little nigga gonna make me get him hit in his fucking head. And it ain't gonna be no hard hit. I want the nigga to know he gonna stop playing with me on these panels. So I'm gonna have somebody go suck him in his fucking ear with just a pluck, right? And then I want them to say bomb cherry sit me. And then I want him to walk, and I want this little nigga to know just that's how close he is to me fucking him up. And I am gonna do that. If that nigga say one motherfucking word to me again about my fucking husband, I'm gonna let him know, nah, nigga, you gonna stop. Listen to what this fuck nigga said.
Because
But
it's just how
we got a couple of men disagreeing with y'all. Wow. And so I guess
women
it
make
depends
everything
on-
hard, right? Like, so for
Man,
example,
relax.
right? My car can break down while I'm driving to work. And my thought will be, all right, I'm gonna catch an Uber to work. I'm gonna call.
This nigga thought, is he gonna catch a Uber to motherfucking work? Now, so we're gonna go to what I call Rose a pick me, right? Because I want y'all to hear what this nigga saying. Then I want y'all to hear what I'm gonna say after that, right? This nigga say his car could break down on the way to work, and the nigga gonna think to himself, let me call an Uber and get to work.
AAA while I'm in an Uber, get my car towed back to the house, whatever, keep it going, right?
Facts.
A woman will experience the same thing, and her whole world will be crashing down because it's the way it is what it is.
No,
I'm
that's
just keeping
not
it a
true.
buck.
That's ridiculous.
That happened to me before. That happened to me before, right? And I got home. My girl asked me like, hey, "How was your day?" And I told her, "Yeah, my car got this happened in my car and all that stuff." She like, "What? All of that happened? You ain't tell me? You ain't like I ain't hear about it. You ain't complaining to me nothing." Like I'm like, no, like it's just life. I just go through it. I handle life. You know, women, everything is a thing with y'all. Everything's a story. Everything's a it just is what it is.
You just told your story, and your story, it was a story. Wow. Like y'all ridiculous, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But
Look, this nigga said everything is a story with y'all. And I said, well, nigga, you just told your story. You know, every story is a story. Right? The nigga thought he was winning. He thought he was winning when his car broke down and he called him an Uber. the nigga said, I thought about calling an Uber and getting to work and then letting them tow my car from where. But you know what? Y'all know what though? I know he said that really happened, but we know that ain't how that works. You know, when they come to tow your car, somebody got to be there. Did y'all know that? If you call your tow company that goes with your insurance and shit, right? Now, because I ain't gonna lie, if you leave your car on the side of the road somewhere, a motherfucking tow company will pull that bitch off the road. You may not know where it's gonna go, how much it's gonna be, or none of that shit, right? But if you there using your insurance though, you gonna have to be there with that motherfucking car. That's what you gonna do. You know why they make you do that? Cause suppose I got a friend tell me they car on side the road, and I decide to use my insurance to tow their fucking car, and I'm not even there. The insurance company not playing that motherfucking job right there. They ain't allowing me to make them pay for some shit that I might not got nothing to do with. See, but I didn't want to go through all that. Like, we obviously see that he's fucking lying. But that's not even a point. His story ain't the point. Because, we women got stories. And so we the problem because we got stories. Even though he had a story too. But okay. That's it.
anyway, go ahead.
Mark does have a point.
And she said Mark does have a point. And here come the pick me. Right? Here come the pick me. The pick me about the pick, baby. She's like screaming, pick me! Pick me! Pick me! Here it come.
To a certain extent, though, because about 2 weeks ago, my car did break down. I was literally in the middle of the street and I was going through it. I was the most dramatic, theatrical thing that you could ever imagine. So I got him on the phone and I'm just going at it. He pulled up. He was calm. He took care of what he needed to take care of. He let me drive his car home. He like,
Who?
You go to the house.
Who?
So his point is that some women,
Hey, Ali, who?
So his point is that some women, right, don't know what to do, and it's like a crybaby, can't handle life. And then there's other women though who, when that car stalled, she would have figured it out, right? She would have called AAA like he did, right? She wouldn't have been no baby acting like she can't live life. So I'm sorry, young lady, if you don't know how to live life, like you agree with him.
Drop your kitchen scraps in here instead of here, and you'll never have to deal with nasty trash. Plus, it keeps food out of landfills.
Now we got to go to the point. Remember, his original point was that men handle things differently and women is this, that, and the third. My point is that's not necessarily true. They got women who can handle shit, and they got men who can handle shit, and they got women who may not be able to know how to handle shit, and they got men who may not know how to handle shit. That's my point. She then says he got a point. See, I'm wrong because she is one of them bitches who can't do shit. Right? Now, later on, I'm even gonna switch it up a little bit. Cause she might be just the type of woman who know if she whine and cry, a nigga will come running. Right? They got women who just don't want to do it. And it's okay if she don't want to do it. And yet she still knows how to use a phone to catch your Uber or Lyft and have AAA. That's what he didn't even handle his business. She did more than he did. She handled it more than old dude did. Old dude said he called Lyft. And while he was in the Lyft, he called AAA. She called somebody else, which is somebody to come. She did what he did. Now that if he had said he went under that hood, looked and saw what could it be, and then he saw that it was the spark plugs need to be changed, or the battery was disconnected or loose, or it needed some oil, or whatever. If the nigga would have said that, I would have get his story. But the nigga didn't even pop the hood. The nigga said he called somebody. Live. She called somebody. So when she said to be a pick-me to say he got a point, I'm like, girl, he had no point. Pick me.
You said
that's
he had
not
a
my
point.
That's not my point.
You said, and she said,
no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I'll tell you what I said, right? So what I said is men and women will go through the same situation.
Pick-me's are worse than these niggas, right?
Yeah. So men and women can.
I said these pick-me's are worse than these niggas. And she looked shocked. Her eyes look,
go through the same things, right? Like parenthood, like being a parent, right? And women will just make it sound harder, and they'll make it harder because that's how they are. For example, right? My stepmom, she got into a car crash. Nobody got hurt. Car pulled over on the side. She got full coverage. The person ran a light. It's a camera. So a man pulled behind him, and he was like, "Yo, I saw him hit you. I'm about to tell the cops when they come. I'm a right, and I'm gonna be a witness and all that, right?" Perfect situation. Me, I would have been sitting in my car sitting in the heat, waiting for the police to come. I pull up. She's stressed out.
She just got fucking hit through a red light. Y'all see what I'm saying? This nigga talk about something he would have been doing, could have been doing, possibly should have been, because it probably should have been him got hit from the back. In fact, I think he got hit from the back many times. He looked sweet like that. But that's another point that I'm making. I will make it clear in a few though. How these niggas be sweet, okay? Thinking they men. The ones who the men who always gotta be, I'm a man, damn it, I'm better. I'm a man. Damn well they got something else going on. In that closet, baby. Listen, it be hidden in them closets, baby. And other people know it, but they think everybody know it. So they always gotta announce how manly they are. His mom got hit by somebody running through the red light, and because she was outside the car, she doing a lot of thinking. Because you could be fully insured, but you know what? Those of us who are fully insured and all that shit, we recognize But you probably don't because you didn't know that a man like yourself, manly man, should have been looking under that hood, nigga, calling a lift. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, we think about things like, oh my God, like, first of all, my insurance rate's about to go up. Second of all, like, I may have a copay and damn, it's not even my fault that I gotta pay this copay. And damn, like, my baby, this is my car. Am I gonna lose my car? And like, it depends. It could be a many things going through your head. Lots of shit going through your head. Then you got hit. He gonna forget the part that she got fucking hit. And she might be shaken up just by that. The sheer thought that, wow, we just got hit and I'm still alive. That could be a blessing. You could be shaken by that. Might be shaking your faith may have been shaken up, and now you're shaking because now you believe in your faith even more. Kind of shit. They don't think about none of it. They just know that she was a woman and she wasn't acting like a that he act like when he didn't raise the hood of that motherfucking car to see could have been a spark plug. Could something have been disconnected? Could have jiggled or loose, little man. Even I know to look under the hood before I make a call, nigga. I be looking like I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't be knowing shit except the basics though. Like the basic of your car might not be starting because it literally could have jiggled or loose off the battery. You know what I mean? Like it could be something simple that you could see. And even though if I see it, I still would have to call hubby or somebody and say, hey, babe, I don't know, but it looked like doesn't this supposed to be connected to this? And hubby will look through my phone, I send him a picture or a video chat him or whatever, and he'd be like, yeah, I still might be scared to put that plug on that battery. I ain't no mechanic, but I'm more of a mechanic than this nigga who just called Lyft right away. Look, I had to call hubby to ask him how to pop the hood. But at least I'm a bitch that'll pop the hood, nigga. This nigga jumped out and said, let me call Lyft. And then he got the nerve to talk about he a man. Sit your punk ass down. And that's why Rose with her pick me ass, right? She'll pick a little nigga who she think is a man. And when I ask her later, I'm gonna ask her why she didn't get picked, why she's the Rose that haven't been picked yet, so she got all the fucking answers. And I only said that to her when she decided to go to my Instagram, right? And share it on her motherfucking phone. But see, I had already known that they were giving out the link. I know because I'm watching the numbers go up. I'm not active on Instagram, y'all. I haven't posted shit since the last motherfucker who tried to call me ugly. And I posted a video real quick showing that the pictures that they keep putting up claiming of me aren't me. They edit them, which I'm okay with. I have my grandson right there. I make sure the music in the video is up to date. That means you ain't gonna be able to lie and say I took the video 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. You know that I just recently posted it because they got Glorilla in the background, bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? and so I'm playing it, and I'm like, yeah, Leaky, go upstairs, let my mom do this real quick. And then I turn that bitch around on me. But that's as simple as it got. Right? And then I'm realizing my numbers going up. I'm like, okay. But her numbers ain't even close to my numbers. I got more niggas from that area went to my channel than she got subscribed to her on her shit. My numbers went up by I don't think she even got 1,000 people following on Instagram. And the number went up over 1,000 views. Right? So I'm wondering why is the niggas who watching you on this channel, watching you and won't subscribe to you, but then they over there, they can see mine wide open and they subscribe to me. Rose? She didn't know she was advertising for me. I don't even understand it. But here we go.
You're stressed out. You have insurance. You good. You don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to stress. But she chose the stress for 2 weeks, even though insurance and the other people insurance had to pay for the car and all that type of stuff. She chose the stress out. That's only
because he don't understand how that shit works. Because he's still a kid. He's like a little baby in a grown ass man's body. Okay. Because with that insurance, baby, and I think he said 2 weeks. Now imagine that she had to wait 2 weeks. And I can assure you they wait as long as they can, depending on quite a few things. Okay? Depending on how motherfucking new your vehicle is. They don't really want to pay for that shit. Now, if it's an older vehicle, they want to get that dealt with real quick. If you got an older vehicle, they don't even want to get you no rental. You understand? Because they could just cut you a fucking small ass check and let it be done with. But let your car be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Tens of thousands of dollars. Then they're going to shop around for the cheapest price to get your shit fixed. You understand? That's what they're going to do. They're going to get you a rental and every fucking thing because they shopping around trying to deal it out. They will even stop you from getting a rental when you should get it. See if they can lose like 2-3 days of that rental price. This little nigga don't know what he fucking talking about. And that's what happens when you think a man is a man, but he's nothing but a child. You'll end up with a motherfucking fuck nigga who says that he's a man. He handled it right by when he calling Uber to pick his ass up. That's the same thing a woman would do. That nigga said he was a man. I'm a man. Why? Because I just called Uber and they took me to work. And on my way to Uber, called AAA. And that's the same thing a woman would do. Now go back to the motherfucking men, though, who said they were men. They gonna do extra shit that you ain't throw nowhere in your shit. So we got bitches out here claiming that they men. Y'all better stop these little niggas. when grown ass men and these bitch ass niggas, when y'all start looking the same, when they convinced everybody that y'all the same, we all in trouble. You got a big Aaron up here, the oldest motherfucker, and he can't even challenge these young men because he autistic, you see?
y'all choose to stress about this shit.
Well, I've been in a car accident where somebody hit me from behind and I sat there, right? And the man, they hit me and I hit the person in front of me. The man in front of me, he gets out the car. He's freaking out because he don't even know what happened, right? Because he didn't know he got hit from behind. I didn't know what happened neither. But I stayed in my car. People react to things differently. And it's not based on sex or gender and any of those things.
Yes,
Okay,
so
and that's the point I was making. It's not based on your sex or your gender.
Not was I so calm in my
You're capping. Stop the cap.
You are a rare woman, and that's okay.
No, I'm not.
You
okay?
No. You're not. We can all be serious adults and say that is not common for women. Right. Women like to. You ever heard people say that women nag? You think that was made up by all men at different ends of the earth that women complain?
Yeah, the word.
We just all complain that women complain about stuff.
So men don't complain, but we don't call it nagging when a man do. So what are you talking?
We don't complain.
Men do complain.
I heard that nigga up there said, "No, we don't. Men don't complain."
Men complain.
Okay, and that's my
men
point.
don't. Men in general, men are not naggers. We in general. We find solutions. Typically,
so women don't tell a man he nagging. Men tell women they nagging while doing the same thing that men are doing, just complaining. right? And so I'm like, just because women don't use the word term nagging doesn't mean anything. Okay.
That's what we do. We don't tend to like you acting like gender does not.
You want to file free? Hit it.
The fuck is this long ass commercial? Where's the skip button?
Porn addiction turns high IQ men into silent underachievers. They're highly intelligent, always told they had.
This was a point we made on this same channel a couple of days ago. The dude who just screamed, the one at the top up there, that nigga is a daily masturbator to porn. Oh, Lord. They remember YouTube, you on your point, baby.
Does not come with characteristics typically. It's just ridiculous. Why do you think why do you think most companies market to women?
Because we are the people who put.
Why do you think most women
money?
Why do you think?
He asked you a question, and then he realized his question was stupid, so he trying to overspeak me. He asked me a question. We are the consumers, women, right? We gonna go get our hair done. We gonna get our nails. We buying for everybody. We buying for ourselves, the children, and our husbands and our boyfriends. We buy for our friends, their birthdays, right? We buy for our co-workers on their birthdays. Like, we are the fucking consumers. That's why. And that's just simple.
Why do you think most women spend money? Because you can be sold things. You can be.
This nigga said because we can be sold things. What? Why you think women have money? Because you could be sold things. What the fuck he talking about?
Be sold ideas. You can be sold beliefs. Think about it. How many men on this panel believe in zodiacs?
I believe we're balls of yarn and.
Now listen to what this is. Why big Aaron, right? This autistic little motherfucker, not little, but Lil. And when I'm talking about Lil, I ain't talking about his body frame, because we can all see that that's a big ass nigga, right? We talking about Lil Aaron, okay, who got to call himself Big Aaron. You know, these men tell on themselves all the time.
You can be sold beliefs. Think about it. How many men on this panel believe in zodiacs?
I believe we're balls of yarn and Bomb Cherry's a cat right now.
He believes, and I heard that they're balls of yarns and I am a cat. I heard him when he said it. Here we go.
Ali, do you believe your zodiac sign is the reason for the way you are?
Wait a minute, you believe I'm a cat? Because Aaron, before we get into this, right? Because see, I don't care about no group of men coming at me, right? But I just want to make sure before you come for me, we're gonna let it know that I didn't say anything negative or mention you personally. I'm not talking about anybody personally. I only mentioned one person up here personally because she said she used herself as an example. So I just want to make sure that that's what you meant to do, my brother. You meant to say that you think something about me when you don't know me. Is that what you said?
I'm not. Wait.
Okay. Yeah, wait, back it up then. Let's find out.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I was doing, I did speak to you earlier. You may not have heard me, but I just want to make sure.
I did.
You said voluntary cap, so you know me to be a capper, a liar, a cheater?
No. I said cat.
Cat.
And we're balls of yarn.
Yeah, so I'm asking what that means. A cat with ball yarn. I'm over here sewing right now. Yeah, they like to play.
Right.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it play if you the ball of yarn.
Yeah, no, look. See, he's trying to back out of this shit. I heard him. So I heard him say that I was a cat and they were balls of yarn. Now, for maybe he thought he was speaking over my head and I wouldn't get it. I don't know if anybody else got it, but cats play with balls of yarn. And that's just in pictures and things like that. Cats play with lots of ball types of things, right? But essentially, he's saying that I'm playing. And, I looked in the chat, the people are talking about cap, she capping, which I already know what they talking about, right? Like I'm just saying shit. And now he's saying that I'm playing. And so, but he mentioned me out specifically, right? And he's saying, hey, she up here playing with you. Now, I'm asking him, like, hey, like I need to know what you mean by I'm playing. Are you saying that I'm not telling the truth, which is cap, right? That's what cap means today. Or are you saying that you just like work like a ball in a yarn and it's easy for me to kick y'all asses around with the bullshit you say? So I'm trying to understand what this autistic ass nigga. Now, mind you, people be thinking I have bad memories, but I do remember this nigga informing people that he's autistic. This happened. I wouldn't say a year ago, but it may have been quite close to a year ago. When these niggas speak, I listen. And I ain't gonna lie, there's certain things that I put in the index of my motherfucking brain. Sometimes I may get some people confused because some of them look alike, and because I don't listen to them, like Ali, a cop, this dude up here, Ali, whatever his name is, I get him confused with another guy. Okay, they look alike to me, and they used to sound similar, but one of them changed their talking points because they were very misogynist, right? And then it still confused me because even his he changes his stance, depending on what the topic is. He's not against the women. I don't know what the hell. He started leaning differently, but then it always snapped back in place to the misogynistic shit, right? But this big Aaron, this nigga, all I remember about him is, first of all, is that the nigga autistic. That I don't need to know much more about him than that. Okay? Some bitch married an autistic nigga, and they had some motherfucking children, and that's all I need to know about him. What other points an autistic nigga can make to me? If his points that he making make sense, then I'll be like, okay, he must be high on the spectrum. Okay? If the shit sound like everybody else, I know the nigga is low on the spectrum because he just repeats. He's one of them repeaters. They got a lot of autistic people, y'all, and I'm talking about, you may not know it because they can repeat. You show them and they can do it over and over and over again. That's not a bad thing. It only becomes a bad thing if something stops them from doing it that same exact way, and they wouldn't know how to figure out how to do it another way. Like you autistic motherfuckers who don't know that going down Turner Street is flooded, that you can still get out the fucking neighborhood by going down Green Street. But you stuck. You stuck because all you know how to do is what they showed you. They showed you can go leave this house, go down this street, turn left here, and when you turn left, you then bam, that's where you at. But if something gets in your little way along that route, you are fucked. You won't know to take a turn down another street, to curve back up to the other street to get to your destination. You only know what they showed you. That's a lot of motherfuckers. A big Aaron is like that. Rain can stop this nigga from moving forward through life. Why? Because nobody showed him the alternate routes. And even if you showed him the alternate routes, he don't know when he could take the alternate routes. Because he's scared to take the alternate routes. Because he don't know what's going to happen. He don't know what's gonna be there. A squirrel might be in the middle of the street eating an acorn. The nigga gonna stop and be like, what I do next? That's where most of these niggas are today. And I'm realizing YouTube might not be the best place for me to be because I'm amongst autistic motherfuckers everywhere. They're everywhere. They over there, they over there, they over here, they over there, they what? They over here, they over there, they over there, they over here, they over here, they over here, they over there, they over there, they over here, Fuck autistic motherfuckers everywhere. Let me get back to this shit right here, baby.
That's not play.
The cat play with the born.
The cat is the shit out of the balls of yarn, watching it go up, shoop, 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 doing that.
This nigga says shoot, 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 shoot. Oh Lord, let me find it. They over here, they over there, they over here, they over there. Shoot, 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 shoot. Ah, they over. Autistic motherfuckers. Ah, big Aaron. They over here, they over there, they over here. Shoot, 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 shoot. They over here, they over there, they over here. Shoot, 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 shoot. Aaron, oh, what the fuck you go? I'm about to say it, so you better listen. So, autistic motherfucker, you gone the low. Oh no, they over here, they over there. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That nigga said shoot, 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 shoot. That nigga, he nervous. Because he thought that shit was gonna go over. I just wanted to clarify some shit before I, decide to come on my channel. And you know what I mean? Because I need to know. Big Aaron, what's going on? The cat play with the born.
The cat is the shit out of the balls of yarn, watching it go up, shoop, 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 doing that. And I said, I think we're balls of yarn and you're a cat in the conversation.
Right. I definitely understood that. You're saying that I'm playing, right? Because that's what a cat does.
I don't think you're catching it then.
Now the nigga said I'm not catching. The nigga said that the balls of yarn are going shoo, 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 shoo. And then I said, you saying that y'all are balls of yarn, I'm the cat. You saying that I'm playing with you. That's what the fuck he's saying. But instead of he admitting it, or maybe he doesn't understand what he said. Because he is autistic, you understand? Shoo, 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 shoo. Wait, let me get him doing that shit again. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Go up, shoop, 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 shoop.
Shoop, 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 shoop. Shoop, 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 shoop. That nigga even had his fingers. That nigga like shoop, 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 shoop. Shoop, 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 shoop. Is that a hair patch on top? Side of his motherfucking head, is that a shadow? I'm confused. Anyway, shoot, 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 shoot. Get some clippers and she shaved that shit off the top of your fucking head, nigga. That nigga says shoot, 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 shoot. And when y'all say, hey, Bomb, you can't go after all autistic people, I agree 100%. There's some autistic people, man, who will put me to shame in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And they levels, what they good at, and shit like that. But this nigga right here, this autistic nigga right here, this nigga ain't good at shit that I've seen as of yet. Okay? Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Doing that. And I said, I think we're balls of yarn and you're a cat in the conversation.
Right. I definitely understood that. You're saying that I'm playing, right? Because that's what a cat does.
I don't think you're catching it then.
No,
yes,
well,
I think you're batting us around in the conversation.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Let's hear him say it again.
Because that's what a cat does.
I don't think you're catching it then.
No,
yes,
well,
I think you're batting us around in the conversation.
Okay.
I'm batting and surrounding the conversation. Okay. Nigga mentioned a bat, but before it was a cat and yawn. Not a nigga mentioning a bat. And so I'm not a cat with a ball of yarn. Now I'm something else with a bat, and I'm batting around the conversation. We was actually having conversation. Just because we were disagreeing doesn't mean I was a cat while they're balls of yarn. You see? Um, and so what happens is when he was before I got up there, he was kind of like the elder, kind of leading the conversation with bad information. When I got up there, though, you see the conversation started going. I'm having almost everybody hasn't spoken, but quite a few of us have spoken. Monty spoken, the channel host has spoken, Rose, PickMe herself, the young lady on side of her mentioned something earlier. The dude on side of her, that nigga right there, the masturbator, the master masturbator, he he mentioned something. Aaron has been the quiet one, and the two where I can't see pictures or names, I don't know who they are. Okay, and now, but he making it seem like I'm batting. I don't know, but there you go. Shoo 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 shoo.
Well, that's not what I'm doing. I'm having a conversation. Genuinely, I'm not putting it on nobody. I'm saying there are women who will not freak out, and there are women who will freak out, and there are men who will not freak out, and there are men who will. That's my message.
Those are facts. Go ahead.
And that's all I was saying.
Bomb Cherry, but real quick, I think Mont was saying that's not the norm for women. Can you agree to that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Can you substantiate why?
Yes, because in my life, right, I've seen the women who do not freak out, who don't even have the emotions and feelings that y'all claim they do. And then I've seen the ones who exaggerate their feelings and emotions, right? I even know the women, I even myself play both parts at times when I act like I'm the woman who, oh, I don't know how to change a tire, just so you make her come and change it. But then if it get down to it, I get out there and change that tire.
Hold on, so Bomb Cherry, so you're manipulative.
I'm a human, and that's what
he said. So you a manipulative. I'm playing the role that you men have set forth to the rules and standards in society. Like you want us to be like, oh my God, I can't do it. Now we could push out these babies, but ladies, we got to act like we can't do anything else. Like we don't have the brains to learn how to change a tire. We don't have the brains to learn how to pump gas. We don't have the brain. That's what society, because ladies, what we shouldn't be doing, especially in my generation, we don't pump no gas. We don't change no tires. But it's one thing to say what you won't do, and it's something different to say what you cannot do. Some of these young women, especially the pick-me's, I don't know what your problem is, honey, but you need to understand the way of the world. Because once you get picked, you still have to remain a certain way so you can continue to be picked. Because that's all pick-me's want is to be picked. When you're not picked any longer, what do you do? Huh? What you gonna do? Because you surely not, you don't have the brain substance. At least that's what you tell people, that you don't have the brain to figure it out. Rose says she can't figure it out. It took a man to come and figure it out for her. Rose said she too dumb to figure out how to call an Uber. She just freaked out. Instead of her being smart enough to call Uber, she said she called a friend. Which I think we women, we have the capabilities of calling a male friend. We know we can't call our girlfriends. Girl, she ain't changing no tire, just like I ain't changing no motherfucking tire. So Rose gonna play like she's stupid with me. She could play stupid with these niggas. Ladies, we can play stupid with these niggas. It benefits us a lot in the world that we live in. And that's why these niggas so stupid, because we so good at it. But the problem comes when a Rose come through. When a Rose come through and admit that she's a ditzy ass stupid bitch. Just so she could get the one up on me. I'm okay with her being a stupid ditzy ass hoe. Right? I would nod my head at her and say salute to you. But you cannot use your ditzy ass shit against me, though. You gonna have to keep that shit to yourself over there. Make your moves, ho. Get these niggas to change your tires, though. But don't you come for me, bitch. You ain't invented shit. You think calling a nigga to come pick you up so he can handle everything? You think that's some shit you invented, you dumbass raggedy bitch? Even my grandma and great grandma and great 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 grandma and great 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 grandma knew to do that shit. In fact, society had it where women didn't do no hard work. Save the women and children. The women and children, y'all go in the house. Men, let's go and we gonna fight. Men, we gonna handle this. We gonna change these tires. We gonna build this house. We gonna do that. Society did that. And I'm grateful for it. I ain't got no problem with it. The problem comes along when men don't understand. When they really think women are incapable. You mean we could do all this shit? We could figure out how to cook this meal. We could figure out how to, sometimes we got to sit there with a man who don't know what he's doing and advise him on how to do it in secret. He could go out there and say, look what I built. When his woman was right there, gave him the plans. Because men aren't really teaching other men anymore. They're not even teaching their sons. They're truly thinking that their son should just know. Like, here go a nail, here go a hammer. And yes, it's easy to strike a nail with a hammer, right? Yeah. But what degrees, what angles are you putting these wood together to make this structural, this structure that you're trying to make, this building, or even a simple box? Did you know a lot of men who know how to use a hammer and a nail don't know how to build a fucking box? Because you think it's simple. You think, oh, let me look at this one. And yeah. And then they hammer that shit together, and then as soon as you push on it, it collapses. That's where we are in our community, a collapsible community, because the things that make these things, these structurals important were not taught. Because the importance of the woman who gives you that information has been scrubbed away. The women is just supposed to get in that kitchen and cook and clean. That's it. She no longer have no advice to give. She don't have to explain any of the information that been passed along to her, because the men won't take it because we're obsolete, is basically what they saying. But these niggas can't build shit. All they could do is jump in an Uber. The nigga could call an Uber and then call AAA. That means another man is taking care of your business. And I don't know if you know the dangers of that. If another man could come and take care of your business, then he gonna come and take care of your motherfucking business. Any business of yours that he decides he want to be his business, he coming and taking it. And I don't blame him. I don't fucking blame him. People, I don't know what's going on in today's world. where people just think that it's all about them. It is all about you until it's not. And then when it's not about you no more, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And these niggas, it ain't never been just about you, because it's always been about a woman for you men. That's who you was gonna grow up and get married and have a family. And you know, usually the family part gonna come with some woman involved in it some kind of way. But except when you're having conversations, you want to eliminate the woman. You want to tell her how she's not important at all. And then when some woman came about and gave them the helpmate word, before the helpmate word was used around, these motherfuckers was talking about a woman ain't good for shit except for sex. Right? Then all of a sudden, well, she's a helpmate. Okay, so now all we are helpers, ladies. We got to help him be great. But we ain't shit other than that. Other than making him great, we ain't shit. And so I would say that women have allowed some of these men to think that, but these men wasn't stupid. They knew the importance of their fucking women. They understood. It's these younger niggas who ain't got no teachings from their uncles. They refuse to even listen to their uncles. They ain't got shit to say to grandpa, because grandpa said, help, happy wife, happy life. Them niggas don't like that shit. Grandpa over there, he full of shit. He said happy wife, happy life. While he over there being as happy and content as he can be. Grandpa still got that sofa and that chair. That's all for him. Nobody's sitting in grandpa chair. You better get your ass out of grandpa chair. Grandpa like his chair the way he like it. With nobody ass in it but his. Sound like he happy and content to me. Grandpa want to go fishing? Grandpa going fishing. Grandpa want to go hunting? Grandpa going hunting. Grandpa want to go to church? He going to church. If he don't want to go to church, he ain't going to church. Grandpa is breathing, eating good, and he ain't got no motherfucking worries. Sounds like he content to me. And these niggas say, though, I can't take no advice from him. Oh, man, we don't do it like that no more. And he looks over in your house where you ain't got no seat. That's all yours neither. And when your car break down, you gotta call another man to show up and show out in front of your girl. He bet not look good. That's why, ladies, that's why you gotta stay indoors. Cause your man, he mistreating you so badly that he knows if another man come over, which they gotta come over because the nigga can't do shit for himself. You might see that masculine man out there fixing on that car. You might actually see a man over there building a natural structure, and he might look good. Your ass better be invisible. Cause don't let the men see you, baby. Cause men have already admitted, what are they? Hunters. And some of them will out hunter others. And so when he sees something he want and he decide he wants it, your nigga might be there crying. So he wants you invisible. He might even want you to be ugly and unattractive as you could be. So he can make sure you ain't going no motherfucker way, no matter what he do. Y'all got to start listening to these motherfucking men. Or should I say these boys? Men, I know they don't have no problem battling if they have to. But they're also going to make sure that they women in their lives or well taken care of. So he ain't got to worry about no stupid shit. He ain't got to worry about none of that. Because if he keeping her happy, then he ain't got to worry about no other man coming around and fixing on no shit. These niggas is fake ass men and autistic.
A lot of women do and men do. Right? We as women. Yes, I'm not saying I haven't used what I got to get what I want. Isn't that what you men do?
No, that's what you.
Y'all see that? Look. So I said, yeah, I admit that I haven't used what I got to get what I want. And watch how they take that out of context. Now remember what we was talking about, right? The scenarios, all the scenarios that have been brought up is about either a car accident or a car that stopped working, right? A changing of a tire, like those type of things have been the scenarios that have been brought up. So I mentioned, yeah, I've even had times in my life where I played a part, right? And then he said, oh, you've been the manipulative. No, I haven't been the manipulative. I've been the human playing my part in society. And then I said, yeah, well, I have no problem admitting that I've used what I got to get what I want. Right? And watch.
No, what you mean? You use your talents. But see, y'all will take it to mean what I just said to mean something way further.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
And that's the immaturity that we're dealing with.
Oh, they don't like when I use that word immaturity, huh? We having a conversation. I'm okay with the jokes. I'm even okay, all that. But to automatically go to where I know they taking it is crazy work.
Because you men use our talents of your hands and y'all being stoic and all those things to get what you want as well. But y'all don't take what I said that way. You take it that I must admit that probably in a sexual way.
Do most of these women that you know, do they say parenting is easy?
No, women who really parent, we know that parenting is not easy.
They say it's hard.
They say it's not easy.
Is it?
Why? I don't know what the fuck. Like, they asked me a question. Now, if I wanted to lie, I could say anything, right? So I'm listening to what they asked me, and then I'm giving them the answers of what I heard. He said, any woman that you know, have you heard? I've never heard a woman say, I've heard people say parenting is not easy. I've said it myself. Parenting is not easy. He asking me, have you heard them say it's hard? I said, I've heard them say parenting is not easy. Okay? He could take that as he want, but they looking for me to say, I don't even know what the problem is. Like, I guess if he want to, he could go the reverse of not easy could be considered hard. But also the reverse of soft could be hard too, right? The opposite, or should I say. So, like, I'm saying not easy. They saying it's difficult. So
they don't say it's hard though.
Some people say it's hard. Some men and women say it's hard.
Like I just asked specifically about the women that you know. How do they feel about it?
I'm saying I've come across possibly millions of women in my life, and you get a mixed bag. I don't know why you like the answer.
You said you come across millions of women who.
What?
Now look. So I say I've come across millions of women in my life, right? And then they like millions.
You said you've come across millions of women in your life?
Yes.
You crazy, you know that?
What do you mean? I've been in the military, I've been in different countries. I am older, right? So wouldn't that be that I would come across millions, not just of women, but of people?
Isn't that ridiculous that y'all didn't see that? Like, they literally are holding every word that I say literal, right? So I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna mention it, but I
Big
start
breakfast deal gets you any sizzling, any
realizing
coffee, and a hash brown for $5.
that I'm
Gotta have a
with
Wawa.
childish,
In
immature
the next 12 to 24
motherfucking
months,
people.
I believe America will endure an age of chaos that is likely to be more difficult to navigate.
No.
Okay. Well, okay.
And like,
Hello, Fred. Hello, Woody. Goodbye, Woody.
you know, most of the people who you've come across in your life anyway, you've never had a chance to experience them. You've just seen them in passing.
Exactly.
And I would doubt that's a million anyway.
Okay, well, you could doubt what you want.
Well,
It's something that you want to play with the number. It's not like I counted their heads. Okay, but I want to be literal. You know, I never went around and everybody I saw eyes on, saw them parenting in conferences, which I've been in throughout my lifetime. Okay. I didn't count their heads to see what the women, you know, were talking about. But yes.
Okay, well, I don't want you to derail my point.
Isn't that crazy? And then he just said, "I don't want you to derail my point." He derailed his point when he was making a point, and then I mentioned millions of. I thought I said millions of people, but I said millions of women, right? But then I corrected. I said millions of people, right? Because he asked me, he asked me a question like, "Have I been around?" I've been around millions of people in my lifetime. Like I've literally gone to conferences, concerts. You know what I mean? I was in the military. Like I'm quite sure I've been around millions of people in my lifetime. But we can tell based on his thought process that he has not been many places at all. Possibly not even out of his neighborhood. Okay. Shit.
My point is that most women who we hear talk about say parenting is difficult. I don't think it's difficult. I don't think it's difficult.
How old are your children? How old are your children?
My oldest is 8.
Okay, baby.
So
this nigga said his oldest is 8 years old, y'all. He ain't even started parenting. In fact, the fuck is he talking about right now? All he's doing is hopefully, possibly, but hopefully not though. I hope he's not the educator in his household. Right? He hasn't even gotten close to what he gonna find out about parenting. Okay. So I get it. Once he said that, I laughed. I giggled. I'm like, you know, like you ain't even nowhere near knowing what the fuck you talking about.
So far it hasn't been difficult. We'll see. But
yeah, well, when they're young, that's the easiest. When they become teenagers, though, and even young adults, then that's when it may get a little harder for you. But so you can't, like, your experience is really limited.
Yeah, but the people who I know, like at least the people who I know and the women I know, they don't say that it's been easy up to this point.
Well, 8-year-old, why wouldn't an 8-year-old?
And I got 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 kids, 8 and under, would be quite easy. You just got to do the diaper changing, right? The burping, making sure they eat. But when you got to worry about who they outside with, what they're doing when you can't see them and all those things and where they at and their friends, that's when you're going to find that it's not as easy.
So you agree that so you're saying that your proclamation is that it's easy to raise kids up till 8. That's easy if you got 3 of them.
No, I'm saying that you are saying that raising children are easy. And you don't have you don't have.
So you're not. So you're saying it's difficult up to 8.
I am saying that some people consider it difficult. Some people consider it easy. It could depend on your children. One child might be real easy, and then one child though might be wild as hell. You don't know
that. And see, this is what happens when I'm talking to children about fucking raising their own children, right? I can be up there and be a pick me or a mammy, right? Where I want to act like I'm these niggas' mamas. I'm not your motherfucking mama. So I ain't got to agree with you, right? You ask me a question, I give you an answer. You don't like the answer because you want the answer to be simplistic, so simple and easy. You want it to be like it's gonna be the majority. And these men are starting to get on my fucking nerve with that. Is it the majority or is it the minority? And I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Is the majority or women gonna say parenting is hard? I don't know, nigga. But not, and the reason I don't know, you don't know neither. We could do a survey and then you would have to even determine what do they mean by difficult. Is it difficult because they're doing it alone? Are you doing it alone? Is it difficult because they're trying to manage their education with the parenting? Is it difficult because they're trying to manage their education with the parenting and a job? Is it difficult because of housing issues? Is it difficult because the neighborhood they're in? Is it difficult because they don't have a vehicle? Or is it difficult because they got a vehicle that giving them problems? Like there's so much that could be entwined in this shit. But these niggas will break it down. The nigga gonna tell me it's simple. Parenting not hard for him. And his oldest is 8 years old. The fuck is he talking about? He shouldn't be talking. That's the problem. Niggas with no experience acting like they have experience. And then when you break it down, you realize they have no experience. I'm quite sure I could break it down. This nigga probably got help from all kinds of other fucking women. Then we would have to look at the lifestyle of his fucking children. Like, is it easy for you because you might be over there busting their fucking head but they can't talk? They can't even be children? Huh? Because if you act anything like you do on these panels when it comes to your misogyny against women, if you over there spreading any of that type of shit with your children, then Houston, we have a problem and CPS might need to be called.
Switch to TurboTax. File free in the.
You are an interesting person.
Of course, I don't refuse to lie because I won't lie.
Hold on, Bomb Cherry, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hurry, get a glory seed. Get a glory. Empty your checking account out. Empty it out. This is a glory seed. Shout glory seed.
All right, shout out to my brother T.O. in the Cash App. BAP Works also is in the Cash App. And then we have the Super Chat. We have 30K with the $10 ball. Appreciate you, 30K. Next, we have the Lie Detector. There are plenty of single fathers in this space. The reason you wouldn't know it because you don't see them complain about how hard raising kids are. 100%. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what space they in, because the truth is I found him through somebody else. So I don't know what space Trey the Truth Teller is in. Okay, he's not in our space. Okay. And so I don't know what the fuck they talking about. But I've been hearing men complain about raising them kids. They even say fuck these kids, right? And there isn't a whole shitload of motherfucking single fathers out here neither. Like they trying to make it seem. And even when they got a single father, you know what I found is that these men lie, yo. These niggas be saying they single fathers while they literally have the woman living there. Now I don't know why they say they single fathers. Maybe because it's a stepmom, maybe it's their own mom, the grandmom helping, right? But these niggas who claim that they're single father, like my son, right? He's not a single father. because he don't have his son 24/7. He having 50% of the time, right? So he's not a single father. He's a father. But let's say he was. Let's say he had his son 100% of the time. He still wouldn't be able to say, I'm a single father and parenting is easy. He would have to say, I'm a single father and I have the help of my family. A lot of these single fathers are not even better than a single woman. The reason if he's doing anything better is because he has help. He has help from his family, possibly even help from her family. And then he also has help from the community. And it seems that men, when they use what they got to get what they want, I've seen single men get help from fucking women by doing their kids' hair, right? They got a guy up the street who will cut their son's hair, all this shit for free or at a very low price. If that person, that guy is a good guy, if he's a decent guy, he got lots of help in the community. But of course, these men not going to admit that. They're not going to say, yeah, my kids belong to the Boys and Girls Club, where he got people who are help pick his kids up, take them to school. If like the same thing women should have. Do all women have that help? No. It depends on a lot of things, even in her life. Is she a good person? Is she a good communicator? Does she reach out to people and shit like that? But parenting is not this easy thing like these niggas are saying. And it does make me question whether they are liars or not. And y'all already know I don't trust not a fucking thing most people say on the internet, on these motherfucking channels. I give them the grace in the beginning. As soon as I hear what they saying, I'm like, okay, that's not reality. Let's check that shit off. I'm not gonna call them a liar right up. I'm gonna just collect the data. When enough of that shit not adding up, then I know these niggas lying. This nigga gonna make it seem like it's easy. Parenting is easy. How old is your oldest? 8. Nigga, shut the fuck up. He probably became the parent too after they became a certain age. In other words, I wonder when he was having to change all them diapers and shit. And waking up in the middle of the night, not even getting no sleep in the middle of the fucking night. Because there's a fucking baby that crying every 2 hours wanting to feed. I was having a conversation with a man who didn't, when I said the baby want to eat every 2 hours, he called me a liar. I was like, wait, what? You must have got them kids after the bottling. You must have got them kids way after, right? After they was done with their bottle. I asked him how many times he got to fix a bottle for a kid. The nigga said he just need 1 or 2 bottles a day. I said, oh, you talking about a toddler who eating food. I said, but do you know in the beginning, a baby is they eating their food through a bottle. He didn't even know that. So now we know he lied, right? I had my baby since birth. Nigga, I hope if you had that baby since birth, that baby is gone. It didn't survive. You ain't feed it enough. So you men who don't know that in the beginning, you feed a baby every hour, every 2 hours. And as they get older, the time span expands. And then you start introducing softer foods, and then you start introducing hard foods. But can you imagine a baby that just ate every 6 hours? Why you think the babies is crying, waking up every 2 hours? Because it wants to eat. Oh, Lord. My education need to be paid for, baby. Send cash apps, okay? $, Bomb Cherry Juice, baby. Bomb need some fabric. Okay, she always need fabrics. If y'all want to donate some fabrics, don't buy no fabrics from no Timu trying to donate no Timu fabric. My machine don't like it. Okay, my machine don't like that Timu shit. But what I would say is donations is always accepted. Okay. Here we go.
Hadn't been a hard day in my life dealing with my own kids. Also, we got my brother Samson in the building. Samson, where you at? Hold on. Samson, we know you doing the Lord's work.
That second date.
Shout out to the family, Trey, Ali, Rose, Karen, Blanco, Mont, August. We outside. Yeah, he is outside. He is not here. So
Hold on.
That means he between somebody thighs.
Hold on.
My bad. I ain't mean to put my
He doing a second date with the person he dated the other day?
I think
Ali.
so.
Ali.
Oh, he love him toxic.
He better not.
I told him.
Samson love him toxic.
Also, we got the lie detector with $5. Women support feminine men, immigration, feminism, witchcraft, wigs, coddling boys, people who identify as women who lie about getting hit with bricks. Y'all remember that lady that lied about getting hit with the brick? Bomb Cherry. Do you remember that? Do you remember?
Yeah,
that?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I was on my channel discussing it.
Yeah, that woman lied on a group of men. All right. And my boy Trip in the building with the $10 ball, Bomb Cherry. I know you don't remember me, but you are crazy as hell now. Okay. Hey, real quick, y'all. Let's reset. Ali, you go back to kind. Let's reset. All right, let me ask y'all a question real quick. So is the community, right? We're talking about, is the Black family crisis economic, cultural, or emotional? So I have a question. Is the community tied because it's broken or because it's been carrying too much alone?
Damn, that commercial came in good timing. That was good timing right there. Can't lie about that. Okay. Now,
Ali,
I want to get to the PickMe question. Let's see.
With family.
No.
And you said with them.
It's not about applying the knowledge
for the world.
I don't.
You dress like that in public.
Got
and
you.
If she dressed like that in public,
you gotta.
Hell no.
No, but if y'all got information that I don't have, y'all gotta let me know.
I just showed you. Oh, so if you
see
a man, if he put his hands on his wife,
ended up coming back
channel. You know, when see the thing that she did when she put up them pictures that is trademarked by me. If I wanted to, I could have struck the thing, right? But I wouldn't do that. Men and women who do many things, and gender doesn't matter.
So
pick me because you.
It depends. It does. Some people are this way. Some people are that way. She said the same thing for everything. Yeah.
Okay. Even Mott came and told the truth
like that, and certainly like said, man, my dude talking about did not,
and they're gonna be women. So now you're not up here on me, right?
He said that, so that makes me not because I was trying to. You're just unaware of how well.
So since you don't know how to take care of, don't give them no push. Sure, you ask me. Okay, so
I'm on pick me.
Okay,
checkmate me, baby. You lucky. I like you. I like you.
Anybody got anything else?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, here it come, y'all. Now, so I want everybody to know. Okay, she had a question for me. Okay, that's like all the other stuff the conversation went on about the community. Good conversation. You know, some of us agreed, some of us disagreed. My internet was acting up. Which, by the way, I want to inform y'all of something. For everybody who get on them panels using StreamYards, every time they do an update, there's issues where they have open ports, open holes, right? And I've had somebody hack into me over there by Sharon. Now, they wasn't able to take control of my computer because I saw when they took control, and I even played with them a little bit. Now, because on StreamYards, see, when y'all come on my panel on Zoom, you can see everybody who's up here. Even if they don't have their cam on, you can see a list of names. On StreamYards, though, you cannot. You don't know who's up there if the person don't put them where you can see them. In fact, you can see where if they decide to keep some people in the back where you can't see them, they can do that. Okay. So you don't never know who's on the panel. And so you can have somebody on that panel and they're there and they're going through everybody's computer. There's people getting up there messing. They have the codes. If you have the code, which is already on the internet, y'all can look it up and see StreamYards hack and shit like that. Every time they do an update, they always leaving something wide the fuck open. And when they do an update, it's to close those, and then they might have another opening, right? So when you're using these programs that uses voice over IP, you have open ports on your computer to make that possible. Okay, your open ports. People know how, if they know what they're doing, they can take control of your computer through those ports. Okay, so just be careful. Pay attention to your computer. Always look at the bottom and see if somebody has control. If somebody opened up something that you didn't even know was open, like my camera be off, but I can see if somebody opened it. That's why I use another program that controls my camera, right? So they would have to then take control of that app in order to control my camera. Some of us have off and on switches, kill switches on your computers. If you do use them, and if you don't, then if you don't use your camera that much, put something over that lens. Okay, because people that got caught naked and all kinds of shit. Because they thinking their camera off. You sitting in your house. You figuring you're going to do what you want to do. You might have somebody walking back of you. Listen, just be careful. StreamYard is very dangerous. Okay? Be careful. Now, what was I saying before I went into that? Because it had something to do with, I was having a problem on StreamYards, which is weird because I never have problems with Zoom. Ever. I never have problem with Zoom. Right? Unless I'm hosting. By the way, I host my Zoom. Sometimes I'm sharing it through my computer. Right? So sometimes I have to reboot because I have a lot of apps open, lots of tabs open. Plus, I've been sitting on the Zoom for 12 hours, right? Almost 12 hours. Sometimes my computer gives out. And so I just log off, give somebody else grab the host, and then I come back up. But StreamYard y'all gotta be careful on StreamYard because somebody took control. They kept moving my everything, right? Now I was playing with them, hitting the escape button. I allowed them, I could have kicked them right out right away, right? Sometimes you might have to turn off your Wi-Fi because you don't know who it is. Okay, unless you got time to go in and run an app. And even that, if they know what they're doing, most of these people know what they're doing, you ain't gonna see who it is. Okay. Anyway, here we go. And so I can't tell you who it is, and I can't tell you who it's not. Okay. Now let's get to this shit right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Bob Cherry, why am I PickMe? What is happening?
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, so you asked me, right? I just want to make sure you asked me. Okay, so these men that be cracking jokes on you, you giggle when they put you down, even with their jokes and things. You don't give them no pushback. But then you agreed to something a man said because you were like, he has a point. And so since you don't know how to take care of life, are you saying that all women are like you, or are you like all women?
Well, okay, there's a lot to unpack here, right?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna move it back just a taste. When Mont gave his example of how women handle certain things, you try to act like it doesn't exist because maybe you haven't experienced it, or maybe you have experienced it and you're just unaware and no one has told you. So when he made that point, I agreed because it happens. Not because I was trying to be on his side or anything. Majority of the things he say, I don't be agreeing with it. But he had a point when he said that. So that makes me a pick me.
No, you're claiming that he had a point, even though I get it. But you're lying on me, right? Because I never said that I don't know what women do. I have always said there are different types of women and men. I am not up here gender banging. I am saying that we are people, and there are the women who know how to handle themselves and the ones who don't. And so now you're lying on me so you can say he made a point. My point was exactly that, yeah, there are going to be women who will not know what to do, and there are going to be women who do know what to do.
No, I didn't hear you say that. When Ma gave the example, you said that what he was talking about did not exist.
No, I didn't say that.
Women do not do that.
No, I never said that. Ever in my life. My message is always clear.
Ma, do you remember what she said?
Go and rewind.
What did she? What she said about what?
When you brought up, I think we were talking about parenting, and you said men. I believe you said men handle parents. It's easier for men to parent.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said women, because women handle things differently. Like, we're more on the emotional side. So if something happened, we're probably one that's emotional and probably dramatic a bit. Men don't handle situations like that. And I remember her saying women don't handle things in that nature.
No, I didn't say that. And that's why, that's why they ask me many questions, because I don't take a stance.
She said the same thing she say for everything. She said, "Oh, it depends. It does. Some people are this way. Some people are that way." She said the same thing for everything.
Yeah. If she ain't like that answer, that might said exactly, and it is true. That is what I say for a lot of things. Some people don't like it, I know, right? But I would be lying if I make a stance hard. Now, if you ask me how I do it, of course I can make a stance. I know exactly how I do it, right? I even know how I have done it. If it changed, there's a lot of things that I used to do I don't do anymore. Some things that I didn't used to do that I do now. I can even express that. But if you ask me what people are doing that I see, come across, witnessed, or heard about, then it's gonna be I'm gonna give you the answer. And my answer will be truly what I have either heard, saw, come across, right? And because I'm not just in one particular community, one particular neighborhood, one particular state, right? I've lived in quite a few of these motherfucking states in our own country. You see? So I watch. I used to be shocked at how people do it, because if you didn't do it how I was raised to do it, I used to be like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I grew up and I realized, wait a minute. Okay, we do it like this in the South, and they do it like this up north, right? Then not only that, but then I noticed that even in the South, in Louisiana they do it like this, in Mississippi they do it like this, in Florida they do it like this, in Georgia they do it like this. So now I didn't even separate it the states. It's not even can't be just a Southern thing because everybody's doing it different. But then, when I got even a little older, check it out. When I realized even in the same state, oh wait a minute, in Northern Louisiana they making gumbo like this, and in Southern Louisiana we're doing it like this. And then imagine when I got a little wiser, right? When people right here on YouTube from the same fucking state, same motherfucking city, same fucking neighborhood. And she just make it like that because that's how her parents taught her. And we make it like this because that's how our parents taught her. And we're not even separated by areas in the country no more, not just by states in the country no more, not just by different cities in the same state no more, but now we in the same fucking state, same street, neighborhood and all. And now I realize, wait a minute. It's not what I thought it was when I was a young girl. It's not what I thought it was when I was a young adult. It's not what I thought it was. And you know what I mean? And so when you become an adult and you have an open mind, because that's what I do have. I have an open mind. I love learning new shit. And sometimes it used to take me aback. I used to be like, oh, your shit gonna taste like shit. And then I taste her gumbo, and she tastes my gumbo, and I like her gumbo, and she like my gumbo. It's just made differently. And we even seeing what we could taste different in it. I could taste that, she has some okra in hers. I have some okra in mine. I could taste that she added something else. I'm trying to figure out what that spice come from. Mine not as spicy as hers, because I don't make mine as spicy, right? And so now we just realizing, okay, it's made a little different, but shit, it's still edible. It's still, actually, it's good. Give me your recipe. I might make it that way sometime. She asking me for my recipe. She might make it my way sometime. That's called growing, not just getting old. Uh-oh. Gotta plug my computer up. Y'all, I'm gonna be ending this soon. Tomorrow, every time I say I'm coming live tomorrow, I be lying. I don't be intentionally lying, though. But hubby is sick, and he in the shower right now. And so when he get out, I don't want to be making no noise while he trying to get some sleep. Cause my husband go to work sick and everything, which I don't approve of. Okay, I do not approve of it. I be trying to use all kinds of shit to keep him home. But look, I'm not gonna argue with a grown ass man. Okay, he grown. He gonna do it the way he wanna do it. But this woman lied on me, and Monty, who is, I don't like him. He don't seem like me. He not gonna lie on my behalf. So she asked me why I called her that. Also, I just wanted to know, right? When I say this, I'm gonna be telling her that I'm not. It's not necessarily have to be a bad thing, but you want these niggas to pick you. So you want to go against me, right? Who didn't even say anything when she said I said. She said, even we heard it before, like in the beginning of this stream, y'all. I showed y'all how that went down. She said, I have to agree, he has a point. And then she started talking about herself. And I'm like, you talking about yourself, but there's other women out here, right? And she made it seem like I'm saying no woman does it that way. And I never said that. In fact, I have since said, yeah, I understood because I've done it her way, where I use what I got to get what I want. I've made that, like I said those things. Men like to be the heroes, ladies. Some of y'all, you'd be like, well, I'm not going to play that game to get, okay, you don't like men. It's okay. If it's one that you like, you may concede and give him something that will make him feel good. Besides sex. Because, men, I know these men talk like they just about sex, but it's more to that, to men. The women who do think they just about sex and all, you just give them some sex, just give them some, it don't work that way. Men have feelings too. They're human. And it's weird that men are the ones who come at me, though. See, I understand if the women call me a pick me or a mammy, right? In those times when I'm telling the truth, because I'm not against the men or the women, right? So I would get it, I'm you can see that, hey, it may look that way, because it always look like I'm trying to educate the men, because they the dummies, ladies. It is true. I'm rarely ever got a message for the women. It's true. I'm not out here telling y'all stupid, y'all need education. Y'all on top of that. Right? I'm trying to tell these men that they too can be on top of that. They could be educated. Right? So, but this shit right here is crazy. Because I'm always giving the men the info to help them in case they really, truly was losing their children or possibly can lose their children. I'm letting him know he got as much rights to his fucking children as she does, as long as he's not being abusive, harmful, dangerous. You know what I mean? Like if he's a good father, he has every right to be a good father. Some of the women don't like when I do that though. They you know, Mom, you out here trying to help these men. No, I'm trying to help fathers be fathers to their motherfucking children. I'm actually trying to help the children. You know, if I was on anybody's side, it would be the children's side. That's the truth. But I get it. You know, the men want me to say, yeah, ladies, you supposed to be ain't shit. Go in there, barefoot and pregnant, and clean that fucking house. And act like you're not a human at all. Right? Act like you just a dummy. And all that shit. I don't tell women to do none of that shit. Cause I ain't never do that shit. I would never have y'all do something the opposite of I did. And I would never tell y'all to do some shit that I did try to do and failed at it. I'll let you know I tried that shit. It didn't work for me. That's what I like. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not out here to harm nobody. I'm not out here trying to destroy nobody. And if anything, these little niggas, if they was men, they wouldn't be giving a fuck when I call them little niggas because they would know that I'm not talking to them because they ain't little niggas. They would be like, Bomb ain't talking about me. And we would keep it pushing and it would be all respectful. But the little niggas, I want you to know, I think of you like you could be one of my ragged ass motherfucker sons I never had. If I had a ragged ass motherfucker son, though, I would speak to him the way I speak to you. That's my word. At first, I'll baby you, try to get you to do better, do, encouraging words. I would be like, come on, baby, you could do it. Let me help you. Right. And I give you that when I realize that's not working. Now I gotta switch it up because I want to be a good parent. I want you to do better, nigga. Right? So I do that soft parenting. If that shit work, cool. If soft parenting not gonna work, then I'm gonna get my motherfucking belt out and beat your motherfucking asses because I can't really beat your ass. I'm beat your ass up with these motherfucking words and tell you could do better, but you ain't shit. And why you ain't shit? Because you could do better, but you just won't do better. And that's what make you ain't shit. Now, we gonna finish this. Y'all want to go finish looking at this stream, y'all go over there and give Trey a view, y'all. It comes out, it gonna get a little rowdy. It's gonna get a little more rowdy. I'm at well, I'll play a little bit of it, but when Hubby come in, I'm gonna stop it. Listen, it's gonna get a little rowdy between me and her, okay? Because that bitch gonna pull out some pictures. She gonna pull out some pictures and say she called me to pick me. And I'm gonna be like, bitch, what is you doing right now? You ain't exposing nobody, hoe. She gonna look stupid. There we go.
So
Pick me because you disagree with me on purpose, even though what I'm saying is true, just to say that he has a point. And in fact, he did have a point. Now he had a point that there are some people like that. There are men who do not handle and men who don't.
Look, when I tell her that I'm being facetious, right? She ain't gonna know what that mean, I guess. Because I said, in fact, he had a point. Even when I just said he had no point, I kept telling you agree with him because he had no point. Now I'm switching it up on her and saying, okay, yeah, he had a point. Why?
Because she agreed because he had a point. But like he didn't have a point, but he had a point.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Like now that he got.
You see how the man jumped in, right? Now I'm glad that he jumped in for him to say what he said because it doesn't make sense. Now, if he wouldn't have jumped in, though, I think she would have got it that I was being facetious. But he jumped in, and now that gives her the right to be like, yeah, that don't make sense. Okay, here we go. What?
What?
Right.
I'm asking. But you said in the beginning that he
because you're stupid and you don't know when I'm being condescending. Did you not hear what I said? I'm the one who said people are different. And he was saying, no, men are this and women are this. So I'm being condescending when I say he had a point. Because he didn't have a point.
Well, you just said that he did, though.
He heard, see, this dude not listening, but they him. I said, I'm being condescending. What? Maybe I'm using the word wrong. Hey Siri, search condescending. Oh, I hit it, y'all. Wait a minute. I want to turn it up so y'all can hear it. Hey Siri, define the word condescending.
Condescending means having or showing a feeling of patronizing superiority. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
It means show feelings of superiority, be patronizing.
Define patronizing. Oh, hey Siri, define patronizing. Yeah. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, define patronizing.
Patronizing means apparently kind or helpful but betraying a feeling of superiority. Condescending. Do you want to hear the next one?
No. Confirm what? Oh, I signed it to another device. Okay. I thought somebody was trying to hack me, man, baby. Okay. I'm letting them know that, hey, hold up. Here we go.
I was being condescending. I said, "Oh my God, never mind. I'm sorry. I gotta speak like I'm amongst teenagers." Okay? That's what I said. She didn't.
Yeah.
She was wrong by saying he had a point because he was saying that men are this way, women are this way.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Blanco.
I just want to know what the difference
About
between what's the difference. I just wanted to answer to my question. What's the difference between a pick me and a victim?
And a what?
A victim. What's the difference?
A pick me don't have to be a victim, and pick me not
What's the
necessarily a
difference?
negative
You're not
thing.
listening.
I don't know. Like a victim is a victim of something that hurt them.
So this dude asked me what's the difference between a pick me and a victim. I don't know where they came from in the victim portion. So I'm like, they're not the same. He's like, I'm asking what the difference is. Well, pick me, I'm not saying a pick me is a victim. I don't know what he was trying to get at, but let's hear it guy with.
I want to answer my question though.
I just answered a victim.
No, I said, what's the difference?
I'm telling you, the difference. A victim is a victim of something. Somebody harmed them, hurt them. And a pick me could be just somebody who just want to be picked. That's it. It's not even negatively a bad thing. And I said that the last time I was over here, which I had a great time with y'all anyway. I was saying a pick me don't have to be necessarily a negative thing. They want to get chose, so they're gonna agree.
So I'm trying to get chose by mine. So I agree with
No,
you.
I'm not saying you're trying to get chose by mine. But pick me, it doesn't mean that you trying to get chose by him in particular.
Okay.
It means you're trying to get chose, period, huh?
Yes. And nothing's wrong with that. Remember, I said
nothing wrong with that. No.
Exactly. And that's what I said.
Right. Yep.
Okay,
That's
so
what you said.
I'm gonna wrap this up because
She tried to say, oh, and I'm trying to get chose by my no, I didn't say you're trying to get chose by him. Right? You trying to show the men, any man who can visually see you, hear you, you trying to get chosen by someone out there. And it right? You're trying to show the men that you could be very on their side. You will agree whatever they say. You know what I mean? Yes. That's what a pick me is. They're saying, pick me, choose me. And it doesn't even have to be for an actual relationship, right? You might just want to be on a team. You want them to welcome you in. So you're going to go in and agree with everything they say so they can welcome you in with open arms. The things you don't know about these black men who are really boys, that they will choose you to be on their team. And when there's nobody else for them to beat up on, they're going to turn to you and beat up on you. Okay? Which I've heard them tell men, you can't be with Rose. Rose is this and Rose is that. Rose gonna eat you up alive, and Rose gonna harm you this way. And I don't know if she think those are compliments, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe she think those are compliments. But when a man tell another man that he shouldn't mess with you because you no good for him, I don't see no compliment in that. Especially if they don't really know you like that. But anyway, here we go.
Obviously, you're contradicting yourself. You said Mont didn't have a point. Now you saying he did have a point, but you're mad that I agree.
Listen to me again. Listen to me.
So, well, don't
listen to me again.
Because don't cut me off.
Okay.
So you contradicted yourself because you said Mont didn't have a point. Then you said he did have a point, but you're mad that I agree with him because he did have a point. So that makes me a pick me.
No. Listen to me. Okay. You know the word condescending. You know what that means?
The $5 big breakfast deal is back at Wawa.
Anyway, listen, hubby just got in bed, okay? He's sick. So I gotta go, y'all. I don't want to keep him up. But what I will do, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Tomorrow we're gonna finish talking about, but y'all go look at it. I'm gonna tell you exactly where I ended it. So y'all, in case y'all want to skip to that, however y'all want to move, he deserved the view anyway. Okay. Trey. Let me see. The name is Trey the Truth Teller, y'all. Okay. That's his channel name. Trey the Truth Teller. Let me put the link in the chat for y'all. And I'm going to tell you exactly where I am as soon as this commercial is done. Let me let this commercial finish. Okay. Let me put the link in. Yeah, I'm married. I got to deal with the husband. I don't want to keep him up. I already be sawing through the night and stuff like that. I know. I don't want to be talking while he trying to sleep. Okay, he's sick. That is the link, y'all. If y'all subscribe, let them know Bomb sent you, okay? And the link, that's the link to the actual video. Wait, is that the link to the actual video? Wait, does it end with an M? Wait, let me look. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, let me make sure that's the one. In case I copied the wrong ones. I want to give y'all the wrong one. Let me put it again, y'all, just in case. I'm not sure if that was it. Yeah, it ended with an M. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you where we was. The mark, it looked like at 2:54. Okay, when she asked me why I called up Pick Me, to be more precise, I'll go a little forward. And you could go listen to it. Let me see when that was. He made up big, didn't he? Well, anyway, 2:54 is basically where I'm at. And y'all see how that worked out, okay? Because I'm explaining myself. I'm letting her know that he didn't make any sense. In fact, we know she didn't make sense because the person who she was talking to or about was Mott. He said that I did not say what she claimed that I said. Right? So I'm like, yeah, so he making sense. Apparently he made sense to her, but he made no sense to me. Cause he was gender banging. That's what they're doing over there. They're gender banging. They're going against, they're saying this is how men are and this is how women are. And then he even tried to tell me, well, you're different. And I'm like, I'm different than the other million women who are like me. Because there's a lot of millions, right? A million could be a small number, but I don't think when they say the things they say, I don't think they're thinking in a small number as a million. Like even when they say percentage, even if when they say the majority, even if it was 50%, 51% one way, 49% the other, do they not know the 49% equals millions of people? So that's why I don't like they like to play that percentage thing because they thinking they got the upper hand. But the truth is when they say, but you the majority, even if I was the majority, 49%, it's still millions of us. That's not a small number of people. Anyway, so I keep telling, look, maybe I'm using condescending wrong. Like I'm letting her know that I'm being condescending. I'm not like when I say, yeah, he was right. Is that am I using that right, babe? The word condescending. When I say I'm being condescending, if I tell you I'm right, if I tell you you're right, but I said you was wrong, and then I decide to tell you you're right. Oh yeah, you're right, but I don't believe you're right. Is that being condescending? That's what I thought. I'm not understanding when I said condescending. I said I'm being condescending. So I I went to go look up the word to see if I'm using it right. And then I keep saying I'm being condescending. And then I ask them, do they know what it means? And nobody answered. They just keep saying, see. So if they don't know what condescending means, if they say, well, I don't really know what it means, then I would have looked it up with them, or I would have told them what I thought it meant, right? And then we could have looked it up together. So if they don't even know what the word means, at least I would have been aware that they don't know what the word means, and then we could start off there. I have no problem, where we can educate one another. But that's not what she's doing right now. And I could tell she angry. Now she angry. Now why she and then she trying to say that I'm the one angry. That's crazy because I'm not angry at all. In fact, I think I've been sewing. You know what I mean? Um, my voice didn't change even when I asked her. You're asking me the question, right? So I asked her, I'm letting her know you asking me the question. So are you sure you want the answer? And then I'm even nice with the answer. I'm like, you agreed to something. And you're lying on me. Okay. And he said, well, she says the thing she always say, some people do this and some people do that. And that is something I always do that. That is true. Unless it's, but if they ask me what do I do, then it's easy. And then it may not even be that easy because I might have to tell you what I used to do, but now I do it different. You know what I mean? I'll be about to start coughing, y'all. So did I give y'all the mark? Let me show it to y'all. But it's a good group of people, y'all. Good group of people over there. Trey, the truth teller. Okay. Go and subscribe. He's usually on at night. He might even be, I don't know if he on every night. Like I said, I only met him about 6 days ago. And it's a good group of people. So far, we have some women up there, we have some men up there. Yeah. Okay. So y'all go check him out. I'll be over there again, most definitely. Give him a thumbs up on that stream, which I did not do. Let me do that now. And it actually was a good conversation they had over there that they was having. I ended up being up there by myself sewing by the time I noticed that it ended, y'all, because I was just sewing all night. But I had a good time. Okay. I'm gonna check y'all later because hubby is in bed. Okay. I'll be back possibly tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow. Probably. I don't like going live when Sharon is live, so it depends on his topic. Because I do want to talk about somebody I know everybody it's gonna be on fire, y'all. It's gonna be fire. Okay, people gonna not some of y'all gonna like it, some people not gonna like it. He not gonna like it. But when I get into the coward, okay, the cowards, people who telling people they need to sit down because this might happen. They even saying that Don Lemon shouldn't have did this because look what happened. And we're like, motherfucker, we don't care what happened. We would still be enslaved if this person was out there with his loud ass voice. He's crazy as well. Because at one time I'm thinking he pro black and pro this, but it where the money flows is where they change. It changed their ideology based on where the money flew. Um, and to tell black people not to stand up for their rights. Now, I'm not telling you that you should or shouldn't do anything. I'm saying you wrong. You gonna do what you want to do and feel right is for you and yours. But I ain't gonna never tell nobody they stupid and they shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. I'm like, hey, we over there to have a conversation over there with Sharon. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the things that they even say, like Sharon has said, that shit is really crazy. You know what I mean? Um, really some crazy shit. I'm like, y'all don't know the law? Or are y'all just believing what Fox News tell you? You mean to tell me you was running a tape that I can obviously tell was fake, but now you don't know if it was AI? You mean in an AI generation where people are generating AI, it never crossed your mind that it could be AI? Or you didn't care? You know what I mean? I got tricked like that once. It was with the Diddy trial. Man, I was up here talking about this happened, that happened, because I was following a channel that was acting like they were there, right? And I was listening to this shit. I was like, wait a minute, this motherfucker said that? Oh, hell no. Wait, this happened? Come to find out it was AI generated. They was making that shit up. I had to come back and apologize. It didn't feel good. Because I just knew I had a channel who was, you know what I mean? They storytelling was good. I could visually see what they were saying. I was like, damn, these some good reporters. So I thought it was some real reporters. There was AI. Let me tell you something. It felt bad that I thought I was so right in retelling the story when I was so wrong. And the reason it felt bad is because I relied on somebody else who I didn't fucking know. That makes it my fault, right? It's my fault. It's my fault that I used some people's I didn't know just based on they sound legit. Sound like, oh, they sound like they really know what they talking about. I based my information off of that, just simply off of that, without even knowing who these people were. So anything I share with my people, I feel guilty about. I did it, guilty. But some of that shit I was telling, man, I was speaking that shit like, yeah, this what this nigga did. Oh man. So I learned that lesson early on. Um, that I gotta do a little more digging and just see, like, hey, before I put this out there, let me see. That was another one. That's when after that trial thing, I was about to come over here and brag about what his name? I like him. He played the equalizer. I forget his name, but black, black, black actor. I love him, right? Love him. Well, I love his art, should I put it. I don't know him as a person, right? But check this out. There was a YouTube channel that spoke on him, and they claimed that he had went and got while he was being an actor, he ended up becoming a lawyer, like he went to law school and all this shit through the years. And they claimed that he went up there with Congress. Oh my God, Denzel, that's his name. They said Denzel had gotten a law degree, and it all sounded reasonable. Like he'd been an actor for a very long time. He could have been getting his education at the same time. And then they said that he went to Congress and spoke on something. I was like, I listened to that shit, and I was like, what? Denzel went to Congress and spoke on this, and I was getting ready to come over and speak on it, right? How proud and what he went up there and talked about. And something say, well, go and see if anybody else is saying this shit. Like, is anybody else reporting that Denzel went to Congress? It wasn't even Congress. What the Congress he went to? They said he went to the Supreme Court. So I started thinking, wait, how can anybody just go in front of the Supreme Court for anything? And then I said, well, wait a minute. why would they allow him? So then I hurry up and looked it up to see if there's anybody else speaking on Denzel going before the Supreme Court to speak on whatever he went to speak on. And I only found that one. It was AI generated. It did show in the Google search, but it took me to that one video. Then I realized, okay, this is some bullshit. That's when I realized, okay, we gotta double check, triple check some shit. Okay. And it's sad when you hear about somebody dying, you don't even know the truth. And again, like I said, a liar is a liar, yo. You can I could mistakenly give information. That's not I didn't intend to lie, right? I just got some bad information shared. That's one thing. If I come on here and tell y'all I died, I assure you I'm dead. Or if I hear somebody say, "Bomb dead," too many of y'all got my phone number, email, shit like that. I'm quite sure people will reach out. And if I hear somebody say I'm dead, and I'm not dead, then I'm gonna hit somebody up and say, "Nah, I'm not dead. What the fuck?" Okay? I'm not gonna let y'all go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, months, and then pop back up and then claim that I didn't put the rumor out. I would never do no shit like that. Okay? Now, we got 2 people who possibly passed, and that's the situation of both these people. When somebody told me that old dude died, what's his name? Styles. I felt sorry right away. My heart went down. I was like, damn, I was just speaking to Styles like a couple of months ago. He was on my panel telling me how hard it's gonna be. We need to prepare for this, prepare for that. Um, and now he's gone. I didn't think there was no faking, no tricking, no nothing. Okay. There's been quite a few people pass away on here. Even some I didn't even like. When they passed away, I didn't think that what's his name when he passed away. I heard that he passed away one day. I gave it less than 24 hours. I was like, he didn't come back and say nothing. So I don't think I think he passed away. Cause even he wouldn't know like nobody lying on him claiming he dead. You know what I'm saying? That would have been fucked up. He wouldn't have done that. Kevin Samuels, that's what I'm talking about. See, so once it came out that he passed away, and I hear his head come back up and say, "Nah, that's a lie," then I believed it. Even though he said a lot of things that wasn't true, but I don't think Kevin was out here purposely just lying to harm anybody through lies. You know what I mean? I think he was just sharing the information to make his money. I don't think he was out here purposely trying to harm anybody. Like as if I'm gonna destroy the black community. Let me lie. Let me spread these lies. That kind of thing. Okay. So I don't think that about him. Yeah. When he passed away, I wasn't partying and happy that he passed away. You know. So I never celebrate nobody passing away. And there are some people who do that. And if I don't even know what to say to those people. You know what I mean? Like just because I ain't really like Kevin and his message don't mean that I hope that he would pass away. That's some crazy shit right there. And and celebrate his passing away, I wouldn't have done that. Okay. Um, so just because I wasn't, that I feel bad about him passing away, um, I felt as bad as I feel about anybody passing away. Be like, I hope how should I say it? Uh, I hope they get everything they deserve. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say because this is a crazy subject. But what I will want to say is, no, I don't pray and hope that people pass away. And I do want to say, if Beasley has passed away, um, sorry to hear that to him and his family. If Sasa Ray has passed away, Um, ah, if Beasley passed away, um, no, okay, because I'm trying to be cautious of what I say and trying to also be truthful at the same time. They don't always go side and side, okay? So if I'm correct, don't hold me to it. But I think somebody passed away. Somebody family member passed away here on YouTube. And Beasley and a few others went to them people funerals and took pictures of their peoples and brought it back to the internet. I think that's some shit that I heard that Beasley did and some other people. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of that's kind of fucked up. You see? And so when I say when people get what they deserve, that sounds better to me to say, hey, hope they get what they deserve. Because maybe he didn't do that, and maybe that was a rumor. So maybe he shouldn't be punished by that. Or maybe he did do it, and then I guess he'll be judged for it, possibly. For those of you who believe in heaven and all that. Okay. Um, Sasa Ray. That's a different situation. Because I'm thinking, you know, same thing. I'm gonna just say the same thing. Because I am gonna do a stream on her, but I'm giving it a little time between the passing of her away, so it look a little less harsh. Okay. Um, because everybody on this planet everybody's not nice. Okay? Everybody's not nice. And some people are actually devious and dirty. You know what I mean? And sometimes, well, we'll talk about it another day. But tomorrow, not tomorrow on that, but tomorrow on the cowardice, if I'm feeling up to it, we're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be messy. Okay? For those who come over, it's gonna be messy. Because a coward, a yellow belly, scary ass motherfucker should sit his ass down. Okay? And stop telling other men what to do. And that's all I'm gonna say about it today. But tomorrow I got a lot more. Bye, y'all. Scary ass little motherfuckers. We still being slaves right now. They be talking about the master say you shouldn't go nowhere. I'm like, nah, I'm running. We gone. Ah, they gonna probably go tell the master. The save us, they gonna go tell the master. They about to go tell the master on the, y'all better watch these men that's like that. Please don't look to them for no savior. Ladies, you got to run. The only thing they're gonna keep you is enslaved. They're gonna keep you chained to the plantation. There's one thing if you say, hey, I'm not gonna do this, but hey, and they speak the truth, but no, they calling people stupid if they do this and stupid if they do that. I'm like, nigga, what? It's stupid to be brave. And he said, yeah.